Well, I guess it's time. I guess it's time for the show. The show's supposed to start now. So, here you go. Hi. Welcome to Order 42. I'm Rob. This is the show. And here we go. Here we go with those, oh boy, the votes are coming in. You know what? Let's just start off with that. But actually, you know what? Actually, first, I'll just say this. Or I'll ask this. How was your week? My week was pretty good. I mean, just doing the thing. But I was out of internet for 2 days. That was interesting. Had to find things to do. But welcome to everyone popping in. We got Cosmo, Octavius. Octavius is here. Bucho is here. Star Fox is here. Carbonite Dreams is here. Welcome, you guys. And I kind of figured that might win. Oh, look at this. Okay. See, we've got some splits. Some interesting stuff. But let me go over your choices, shall I? So, first, simply acai. So this is an acai bowl with mixed fruits in it. I have tasted it. It really it's like a mixed fruit thing. I don't know. This one, both of these, by the way, were on the last one. I haven't tried them yet. Empanada. Strawberry empanada. So I'm assuming kind of like some sort of pastry with strawberry filling. And then, of course, the infamous glazed buns. Cinnamon rolls, I'm assuming. Not... Well, maybe it's just a donut flavor. I don't know. But it's good to see you guys. It's weird how throughout the week I'm like, man, I want to stream, but it's not streaming day, and I've got other things to do, but I really want to stream. So I'm always looking forward to streaming. I don't know why. I just love it. I love to stream. I love to sing. Remember that cartoon from about the moon and the June and the spring? I love to sing. No? Okay. Cool. Just me? Yeah, I'm old. It's been 40 years since you've been on it, right? Don't no one want empanadas? I mean, hey, it sounded good to me. That's why I bought it. So yeah. Hi, you just watched Spider-Man 2002 for the first time yesterday. It was great. I give the movie an A. Well, Magnus, welcome back. And I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, the first one's pretty good, but to me, Spider-Man 2, the next movie, Tobey Maguire movie, the second one, is my favorite of the bunch. Good stuff. So, yeah. And my hands are cold. Yep, Star Fox. You remember that too, Carbonite? Okay, good. About a sky of blue or a T for two. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that, but every now and then it'll get stuck in my head. Spider-Man 2 is probably the greatest superhero movie of all time. Is that hyperbolic? I don't know about all time. That's tough, though. It's tough. It's tough. Not enough dancing for Bucho, apparently, in the first two. So, yeah. I thought Spider-Man 3 was said to be the greatest. Look, I haven't seen those in a long time. My dad bought some, like the set, but he bought the set with The Amazing Spider-Man, with, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. That's not good. It's not good that I'm drawing a blank this early. But anyway, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, Jamie Foxx and Gandrew Arfield. Yes, thank you. Thank you. But I bought the Tobey Maguire series, and I it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've seen them. You tried to watch The Force Awakens HAL 9000. I could only get through half of it. Terrible. A Mary Sue who is covered in plot armor. Are we talking about? Who are we talking about? I'm just kidding. No, look. I mean, look. The sequel trilogy has many problems. Okay, so I think that HAL 9000 did a hell of a job on his. No, I know. I know who you're talking about, Magnus. Yeah, I mean, I think he did a hell of a job trying to make them more palatable, but they're still, they've got their issues. But you know what? Let's not spend 30 minutes talking about Star Wars again, if we can. Pancake Man was a great vape. Only problem was it murdered coils. Yeah, I never tried that one, but I had one. I think it was called Donut Pounder, Grim Green. That was another one, like really good, but yeah, 2 days max, and you'd have to change your coils, which is not good. But I mean, that's part of the deal, right? The more sweetener it has, the more, not so much flavoring, but the more sweetener it has, the more you're gonna have to change your coils. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, and by the way, just to let you know, for some reason my mute button is not working. So please yell at me if something weird happens, because I'm pushing it right now and it's not working. So I don't know if it's going to just start working or not. So the newest Mortal Kombat has literal plot armor. I don't care. I still love that movie. Oof. Oh wait, what are we doing here? Rise of Skywalker is on right now on TNT. I mean, you smoke pot from a corncob pipe. Interesting. Yeah, donut pounder and glazed buns. Look, I mean, you've got that's part of the deal. In fact, I think in a lot of ways the vaping industry has gotten in trouble for its double entendres and its willingness to go with the bright, colorful crap on their labels. Look, it's a thing. It's just a thing. So yeah. Yeah. So what's first? Oh. So, because of you guys, $400 million fine Juul has to pay for marketing to teens. Yeah. But did they, though? Did they really? It looks like a thumb drive. I don't know. It's a... Don't get me started on the vape stuff. But I will say this, okay? I think I've talked briefly about my Delta 8, Delta 9, whatever journey. I've taken the next step, and I've gone to a shop, and I am getting this thing shipped to me. It is a vaporizer for actual flower. I don't know what that means yet. I just know that it sold me on it, and I want to try it. Because the thing for me is that, yeah, I can just get the little edible things or whatever. But my whole thing is there's something about the process of doing things, getting things ready. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be coy. But there's something about that process that I used to love. Back when I smoked copious amounts of cannabis back in the day. It's been about 20 years since I've done that. So, doing this, I mean, I want to see what it's like. So I'll report back. And I do have some more of those edibles. So once I try them and really kind of haven't really had the time. I've been too busy during the day to do that kind of thing. So yeah, we will. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it goes. But I make my gun barrels smoke from shooting. Does that count? No, no, no. No. And Jewel shouldn't have to pay anything. Look, Jewel is their thing. Now there's supposedly they went to schools and stuff and weird stuff, but hey. Yeah. My Steam Deck comes in tomorrow morning. Star Fox, I would hope that you would please let us know in the Discord. I'm sure you will. Please let us know in the Discord how it goes, because I'm kind of curious myself. Since I don't play that many games, it's hard for me to justify it, but you never know. You know, I might put it on my Christmas list or whatever. I don't know. Carbonite uses a dry herb vape. I just never have any pot. Yeah, and that's the thing here. I live in Texas. You know, full-fledged cannabis is illegal here, but Delta 8 is legal. So that's what I'm going to be trying. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. But first off, I want to give my thoughts on something that, you know, from this chat has basically told me I need to watch this. I'm trying to clean off my desk a little bit because it's got stuff all over it. You guys told me I need to watch this, and so I did. Beverly Hills Cop came out in 1984, and yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I was like, okay, I get there are things in the movie, like I see why I've had the, you know, over the years I've had the references thrown at me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Now I get some of those references, and I'm like, okay, but I'm like, okay, number one, I was really kind of surprised at how much cursing is in the movie. Like, there's a lot of F words. That was surprising to me. And it was like, I don't know. I was just like, okay, maybe that's part of the deal. Maybe that's, you know, Eddie Murphy and all that kind of stuff, you know, whatever. I just thought it was fine. And maybe it's because I didn't watch it back then, but for me, Eddie Murphy was always just there. I never really like super loved the guy. So watching it, I'm just kind of like, yeah. Oh no. And see, some of that stuff was kind of like, this is like most of my, I laughed one time, and I can't remember what I laughed at, but it was toward the end. It wasn't, but that, it was kind of like, huh. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I was just kind of like, huh. And then I watched Beverly Hills Cop 2, like back to back. That movie's bad. Like, that movie's really bad. Like, really bad. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. The first one was fine. But man, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. And I keep thinking 1987, Beverly Hills Cop 2, right? 1987 is when Lethal Weapon came out. That's a movie. That's a good action movie. This was just kind of like, eh. So I don't know. I mean, I get, like I said, I can see why it was popular, but it was just not my thing. Not my thing. It's hard to justify $700 for any games, really, but it's basically a portable PC. No, I'm interested in the Steam Deck for sure. Let's see. One time my mom smacked me so hard for saying the F word, my ears rang for days. Yeah, I don't remember the first time. I pretty much stayed away from the F word at home. I did, test the waters from time to time. And Star Fox says you feel that way about Robin Williams. He was just there to me. See, Robin Williams I liked because of his movies. I was never a fan of his comedy. He's too, well, had you do the thing, and I'm just like, dude, calm down. Just calm down, dude. Seriously, calm the F down. You know what I'm saying? Just calm down. Just not my thing. So, and yeah, that's true. Bucho says it. I was more of a Bill Cosby guy growing up. Of course, he's cleaner and all that kind of stuff. But I thought his comedy, because I'd seen Eddie Murphy Raw and Delirious back when I was probably, because, of course my parents didn't know this, but I saw it around that same time. And I'm just like, he's just not as funny to me. It's just not my thing. Eddie Murphy's just, it's a different style of humor that it just doesn't work for me. It was a shrimp salad sandwich. Yeah. Yeah. With the banana and yeah, exactly. Good impression of Robin Williams. I mean, it was always like, oh, yeah, he's all over the place. Just not my thing. Leon, what's going on? And no, I do know. But back then, in the 80s, as far as comedy goes, I liked Bill Cosby's style better. There you go. To be honest, I think the only movies I liked from Robin Williams are Popeye, Hook, and Jack was all right too. I liked Good Will Hunting, of course. I mean, he's amazing in that. It's really good. Of course, Hook. I watched a lot of the Robin Williams movies, but I liked him a lot better. Like as an actor, I liked him better than I've really anything to me Eddie Murphy's done. But I haven't seen that latest movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but he did it like a couple years ago, and it was like, oh, holy crap, Eddie Murphy can act. Of course, love The Nutty Professor. But yeah, Toys, 1 hour photo of the final cut, Insomnia. Yep, and serious Robin Williams is better than comedy. I agree. Mrs. Doubtfire, right? Flubber. Mrs. Doubtfire was a big one. Never liked Bill Cosby. I mean, both newer Spider-Man games are great. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, the most recent ones are awesome. Magnus, for sure. For sure. An accurate Robin Williams impression usually involves a Jack Nicholson impression. Oh yeah, Dead Poet Society. See, Dead Poet Society was another one of those where I was kind of like, it just kind of left me like, okay. Like everybody was like, oh man, I love that movie. And I'm like, all right. It was just okay to me. Just fine. It was fine. Like for me, when it comes to serious, Jumanji. I like Jumanji a lot. The original Jumanji. The new ones, By the way, did you guys hear, speaking of, and Wraith is here. Wraith is here. Welcome, Wraith. No, I have not started Shadows of Mordor yet. I can't roll my R's, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Okay? But no, I haven't. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I played when the internet was out. I couldn't play my character in Diablo 3. So I just played like one of my old characters. And it was like, man, this character sucks. But I couldn't do anything else. I mean, I could have played another game, but I just didn't. So yeah, I haven't played anything. And Magnus says, Shadows of Mordor is a terrible game. Diablo 3 is the worst Diablo. Okay. All right. I mean, I disagree. I think Diablo 3's so far is the best Diablo. Like, by far. By far. Everything's better. I went back and played Diablo 2 a little bit and was like, nope. I'm not dealing with the potions and the mana. No. And yeah. Yeah, D2 Resurrection. See, I love the story in Diablo 2, but man, I just can't stand dealing with potions and mana stuff. That's just me. Why do I look really... It looks really warm in here. Maybe it's because I'm shadowed. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But hey, I don't know if you guys noticed. Here, let me do this. See this right here? All the Sandman. Number 4, Volume 4 came in. And you can see, I mean, it kind of sucks that Volume 4, the DC portion of the book, it's not in silver like the rest. And then you've got the Vertigo on this one and DC on all the rest of them. But hey, there you go. Volume 4 came in. But I also got something else today. It's not that big of a deal, and I can guarantee you most people will never even know. They don't know what it is. Do you even know what the Once and Future King is? Do you even know? Have you ever heard of it? But the reason I got it is, of course, it's a turtleback. This is a book that I read in high school, and it's kind of like, it's a version of Lamora d'Arthur by Thomas Mallory, Sir Thomas Mallory. I'm sorry, Mr. Sir. I'm screwing it all up. But Sir Thomas Mallory, Lamora d'Arthur, right? The death of King Arthur, the Once and Future King, takes those stories and kind of expands on them and changes them a little bit and all that kind of stuff. I love this book in high school, and this looks like the copy that I had, except it's a turtleback, which means it's been rebound as a paperback or a hardback. I think that's cool. I got it. So there you go. That's it. That's a thing. Anyone play Victor Vaughn Motorhead DLC? No. And yeah, dude, the Sandman, I'm loving it, man. I was looking through it and going, wow. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, it's freaking huge, but I actually opened them. So there you go. You can see the shine, the engraving on there. That just says DC Black Label on the back. But man, having artwork. Okay, wait a minute. Let me find something without nudity in it. There you go. It's huge. It's just huge, and it's a joy. It's a joy to read. I haven't really sat down and read too much yet because I'm actually in the middle of Volume 4 on my the ones that are the Comixology ones, the digital copies that are on my iPad. But I mean, just the sheer crazy size of these is just so awesome. And I don't know, man. I love it. I'm so glad that I bought these. And you know, I said that I'd seen some they're just, come on. That's awesome. But I had seen, or I'd said that the reason that I went ahead and bought them is because I was afraid. I saw the price rising, and I was like, okay, I gotta get this. You know, I gotta get these now. Yeah, they're like 8 pounds a piece, by the way. They're heavy. So that's a lot of weight right there. But I was actually looking on Amazon and I saw a bunch of them are on sale right now. Like I think I saw a death for like $80. Which, you know, it's $100 list price. And I saw it for 80, and then I saw some for 60. Look, if you're in the market, you may just take a look. I don't know. You ordered the Magnus, ordered the Conan Barbarian hardbound omnibus for your birthday. Hey, I think that, to me it's always about that, the story, right? I don't collect things for the, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I didn't buy these to resell, to keep and resell. No, I bought them so I could read them and enjoy them. It's I'm not a collector, excuse me. I'm not a collector in that way. I don't do that. I want to enjoy the thing that I bought, you know? What's the function of this thing? Oh, it's a toy. Then play with it. If you're not going to play with it and you're just going to put it on the shelf so you can try to resell it, it's just not my thing. It's I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not me. Like, I've got some things in here like that. The reason that it's still in the case is because I think it looks good in the case. I love the box. I love the presentation. That's something I can get behind. But I didn't buy this to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But books, I'm not buying the most expensive, because I was looking today and I found some copies of The Lord of the Rings that were like, I don't know, $40,000. Doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me to have something that's worth so much. Like, I bought this set right here with the 4 books for $120. So that's $30 a piece. And guess what? I'm going to read them. I'm going to take care of them. I'm not going to sit there and be like, if I scuffed the side, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, what the hell? You know, it's just, they're meant to be read and enjoyed. That's the way I look at it. And for old stuff like that, that belongs in a museum. That's not me. So anyway. You never got the Metabarons? The Metabarons, back when I had a comic, what is it called? It's kind of like the Netflix, but for comics, where, you know, you get like a monthly, you know, like it's an unlimited type thing. So you can just read whatever you want. I actually tried reading the Metabarons and I didn't like it. It was just not for me. But it is something that I wanted to try. I just didn't. Any news on the casting for the Sandman spinoff Sand Girl? Bucho. Did that book just poop its pants? No, it's just the slip that comes in the thing. Sandwich has been fully completed. Did I ever read the Conan books? No, it just never interested me. It's a period of, I wouldn't even say history, but that style with the, I don't know what you call that. It's just not my thing. I like medieval stuff. So that's really how I roll. I mean, geez, like I said, I just bought another copy, because I think I have my original copy, but I have a new copy. This was like $8, by the way, of the King Arthur stories, because I like King Arthur. I like medieval stuff. I'm not big on the Conan stuff. It's just me. It's not my thing. And yeah, I have been exposed. I thought Lord of the Rings was boring growing up, and I loved those stories. Yeah, see, it's I think it's just what you like. Like, a lot of people, like friends of mine, were just like all into Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that looks like crap. Just not me. It's just not for me. I tried watching it. I don't like it. I liked the Beastmaster for like a couple of years. And then, wow, that movie sucks. The movie's bad. I like how their people are apparently fighting. I mean, that's pretty well split. Looks like 4 votes for glazed buns, 3 votes for strawberry empanada, and 3 votes for simply acai. Yeah. Comixology is pissing me off with Sandman. Get half of them, but got to buy the other half. And that's the way they all, I mean, for everything is. Especially if it's something like that where it's a real popular series, you know, where people are just going to read through it. A lot of people probably just wanted to read through Sandman once and then probably be done with it. For me, like I said, I bought the individual volumes when they were on sale. I think they were cheap. They were like $2.99 a piece. So I ended up buying the whole thing for like $40. I mean, for me, that was worth it. And yeah, Wraith, Red Sonja, good movie. See, I can't get into them. They don't grab me. And they just don't do it for me. But it's the same reason why in a lot of ways, I mean, there's a lot of movies like that just different movies that I just can't get into. Like, I like martial arts movies. I don't like wrestling. I don't know. You watched Conan O'Brien. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did too. Conan's great. I love Conan. Did I see The Green Knight? No, but it is on my list. It's one of those that I just keeps getting pushed, but it is on the list for sure. Now, and I know I've read The Green Knight, like a couple of different translations of The Green Knight. In fact, I have a Tolkien translation of The Green Knight that I have not read yet. It's on my list to read. But I've heard that movie's wacky. Like really wacky. But I'm intrigued. I liked He-Man Masters of the Universe movie when I was a kid, but holy crap, that is one of the worst movies of all time. Yeah, see, He-Man was another one. He-Man, I could never get into He-Man. Especially with a character like Man-E Faces. Come on. It's the one that I always go to. It's the one that I always make fun of because it's such a stupid name. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're the biggest He-Man fan in the world. Somebody says, yeah, but what about Man-E Faces? They go, yeah, it's pretty dumb. But that's just not, I mean, it's just not my thing. I never really liked He-Man. Didn't watch the reboot or whatever that came out. People were all like, hey man, have you seen it yet? I'm like, no, I haven't. It's just not my thing. All-time favorite movies is Super Mario Brothers, and look how that movie went. Stay tuned to Order 42 YouTube to see how Rob's hatred of swords and sandals tales affects his Gladiator review as part of his ongoing Ridley Scott-a-thon. You know, I almost did one this weekend, but I was like, man, look, I gotta be honest. None of those Ridley Scott movies, they just don't do well on my channel. Nobody cares. But at the same time, nobody cared about Blackbird either. I was thinking Blackbird was going to be, not great on my channel. I didn't expect it to be the worst video in the last 10 videos. I mean, it's doing terribly. But the thing is, I don't care. There's a part of me that's like, oh man. But at the same time, I'm glad I watched it. And I'm glad I did that review of it. So I will go back to my Ridley Scott movies, but Gladiator's awesome. I'm sorry, Gladiator's just a good movie. Just like there are exceptions to every... In fact, I'll probably talk about that. The fact that typically, I'm not a fan of sword and sandal type movies. But that movie's awesome. I saw Mario at the cinema. Can't remember how I felt about it. Pretty sure I saw it back to back at the cinema with Nightmare Before Christmas. Oof. Nightmare Before Christmas is good, but Mario, wow. Rob, you should check out these movies like Ring Lords or something with a Fellowship or whatever, or check out some Power Rings thing. Thanks for the tip. What about Fisto? Kit Fisto? Yeah, Blackbird was good. Gladiator was too long. They should have cut 30 minutes out of it. See, I love Gladiator. In fact, I like the director's cut. That's even longer. I love it. You hated the ending of Gladiator. Yeah, well, I just like that movie. I don't like... There are some edits. I need to watch it again. It's been a long time. But I watched it. I've only seen it one time. I did buy it, didn't I? Yeah, I bought it. I bought it in 4K. Yeah, the last time I watched it, I was going, I'm not a big fan of that editing. So we'll see. But I'm sure it's going to be good. And no, I won't spoil. I'm not spoiling it. Blackbird, seriously, Apple TV Plus. If you guys have it, I'm not telling anybody to sign up for another subscription service because that's you, not me. You do the thing. You do whatever. But I'm telling you, the Apple TV Plus is good for All Mankind, Severance, and Blackbird were 3 like great shows. Great shows. Troy was awesome. Blackbird was yeah. End Song of Troy by Josh Groban was awesome. See, I don't even remember. It's been a while. But I remember going, yeah, it was fine. I don't think I ever saw the Troy director's cut. Why sign up for another subscription when you can use your friends for free? Okay. Wish there was an Odyssey sequel. See, that's what's weird is that like the Odyssey stuff, I think that's part of the reason why in some of the especially like the older Lord of the Rings stuff, there's the Mariners basically. And those stories weren't as exciting to me. Just like a lot of the Rohan stuff wasn't as exciting to me. But hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Right back. It's a weird thing. It's no fapping. Gosh, you guys. King Lear is based on the story of Agamemnon. So is Seven Samurai. I'm not sure you're... I'm not sure about that. They had to change a few bits of Gladiator because Oliver Reed died while filming was going on. Yeah. And there's there now in 4K. I remember seeing some of the scenes and I'm like, okay, wow. Whatever the compositing that they did sticks out like a lot now. But hey. Without that controversy, we may not have got Galaxy Quest as it was. The studio left it alone because of the Gladiator stuff. And Kyle is here. Welcome, Kyle. No fapping, though. No fapping. At least, not now. The Magnus, I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. I got no welcome from Rob. Well, that crazy Greek, I must have just skipped over your name and thought I did. I apologize, but welcome. Welcome. Talking about Blu-ray, was watching Jaws, and I don't remember the water being all flickery and greenish around the yellow barrels at night. It's been a while since I've seen that, at least the whole thing. I've seen, like, I did some comparisons between the 4K and the honestly, what I was doing was honestly, like, anyway, that word choice didn't make sense. I was looking at the 4K disc versus the iTunes streaming 4K, and it was really crazy how much of the sharpness in stuff that's like, you know how, like, okay, here's an example. I'm in focus. My books are not in focus. But then that doorknob is even more out of focus, right? Especially if you get close, right? So the weird thing is that the mid-ground stuff, like this part, so like it's, let's say you're focused here, right? So this part, not this part way back there, but this part was sharper and more defined. Even though it's out of focus, it looked cleaner, if that makes any sense. So that was the weird thing between the iTunes and the 4K disc. But the problem is, I don't have a freaking TV that has, what is it, the Dolby Vision. Dolby Vision is supposed to be like, bam, right? The best when it comes to the HDR. I don't have a Dolby Vision TV. So I can't even take advantage of that. So like, even like my 12 Monkeys review, I was saying that I didn't see like a big jump in quality, but I'm wondering if the coloring with Dolby Vision would have made it better. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to watch it again. And Not Gary is here. Welcome. Wait a minute. Eschneider Forest. Silmarillion. Wait a minute. What are we talking about the Silmarillion for? Was there ever a movie so scary you had to turn it off or leave? No, I usually, even as a kid, I would push through. I'll tell you this though, probably as a kid, the one that screwed me up the most was either Salem's Lot, the TV movie, where the kid, the vampire kid is like scratching on the window that, Mark, let me in, Mark. It's, oh, dude, just the idea of it gives me the chills. And then Poltergeist, the Tobe Hooper / Steven Spielberg movie. Those two movies would scare me. Now, wait a minute. Actually, you know what, Magnus? There is one. I didn't like the bodies from Raiders of the Lost Ark when she would pull. You know what I'm talking about? When they're in the. Gosh, what am I talking about? The Well of Souls. Right? They break through the door, or the statue falls, the wall falls down, and she says, Indy, and then she pulls a bunch of, like, basically a bunch of bodies on top of her. Just the sound of it was scary. But the sound of it mixed with what I was seeing was too scary. So I remember looking away every single time. Every single time. So, there you go. The studio really didn't want Tim Allen for Galaxy Quest. Lots of studio notes wanting stuff changed when the Oliver Reed stuff happened, plus the astronomical budget of Gladiator. Interesting. I did not know that. The 4K discs have much better quality than digital streaming. True. But in some cases, like supposedly the compression that's on Disney Plus is supposed to be in some ways superior to 4K. I don't know. I can't really test it for myself, but there's been some videos on YouTube that talk about that. It's kind of interesting. You know who welcomes every single person to his chat and never misses anyone? Game Dave. It's true. Game Dave is a much better streamer than I am. I saw you in there the other day, Bucho, cheating on me. No, I'm kidding. Look, I love I love watching some Game Day, man. Game Day puts on a good show. He just puts on a good show. So, there you go. You want a pet monkey? Why? My bad ones as a kid were Bram Stoker's Dracula and also Jaws. I do live by the sea. What about Dracula? It TV movie was great. Liked it better than the recent studio one. There are parts of it that are much better, and then there are parts of the new movie that I'm like, better, you know? Am I allowed to post a link? This is the one I use for games. It's absolutely beautiful. I was surprised. High Sense has stepped it up a lot. I mean, I think so. Star Fox, I think you can. I think you can. I mean, maybe. Oh, yep, there you go. It works. Surprisingly, no issues with American Werewolf in London, Poltergeist, The Omen. I watched a lot of stuff as a kid because of my older brother. Yeah, see, I could not. Mods can post links. Thank you, that crazy Greek. Thank you. And of course, there's the link. I don't know what that is yet. I like to ask before I post any link instead of just posting it. I mean, it's hey, you know, I don't care. As long as it's not bad stuff. I remember being terrified of the scene in Superman 3 where Lady got turned into a robot. No, there were weird scenes like that for me too. There's another one that I'm not remembering. And maybe it's Poltergeist. It's Poltergeist when the guy is ripping off his face. It looks so bad now. But I remember my dad, the part where in the Terminator, he would let me watch the entire movie, including the sex scene, but wouldn't let me watch the scene where he's taking out his eyeball, which I gotta say, that's pretty messed up. That scene looks pretty messed up. But then he does this, and then it's clearly a robot, you know, moving around. But yeah, my dad wouldn't let me watch that. But after a while, I'm sitting there freeze framing stuff, you know. Die Hard, when Takagi gets shot in the head, I used to freeze frame that and watch it looks like a door opening up in the back. It's weird. But I like special effects. So. Or visual effects. Both. Which John Williams score is more iconic? Star Wars theme, Jaws theme, Indiana Jones theme, or Superman theme? That's wow, Wraith. I would say at this point, it would be Star Wars. In the mid 80s, I would... God, that's tough. I don't know, man. You can play... Dun, dun, and no people know exactly what that is. It's so recognizable. So many movies he's done where John Williams was just the man. I don't know. That's a tough one. You also live by vampires. Let's see. Wait. Oh, Gary Oldman's performance was great, but as a kid, it just creeped me out. Oh yeah, he's good in that. I'm sorry. Bram Stoker's Dracula is. I want to watch that again. 30-year anniversary. I think it came out in 92. Pretty sure that means Rob has to do the Mega Hot Chip Challenge too. No. No, it doesn't. I'll say this. If we get to that point where, you know, people are sending me things, I mean, why not? But so here's the thing. The Mega Hot Chip Challenge. Bucho. And for everyone else. If you didn't see the link in the Discord, Dave or somebody put together a clip of Dave doing the Mega Hot Crazy Taki Chip Challenge. That is 1.7 million on the Scoville scale, which means for every part of heat, how many parts of water does it take to clean that out or to wash it out? So, of course, the higher the Scoville unit rating, the hotter it is. 1.7 million Scoville unit. Scoville, or 1.7 million on the Scoville scale which is what this chip was that he ate. Now, I'm not saying that I couldn't do it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could do it because I did, I would say now it's been about 10 years probably, but I had in fact, you guys probably, some of you guys know this story, where they dipped it into this sauce and I like kind of like a straw, right? At the end of a straw, like that. And it is 16 million. It's the top. It's pure capsaicin. It's higher than pepper spray. It was, I'm telling you, the fight or flight thing was completely in effect, which is what you saw on Dave's face if you saw him do that. The fight or flight thing is not fun, but I'm pretty sure I could do it. But I don't want to do that. It's just not fun anymore. You know, it was fun back then to, let's see how hot we can get. And oh, look, I'm sweating. Oh man, my butthole's going to be burning later. I'm not doing that. I just don't need to do it anymore. So, there you go. Any TV over 32 inches gives you a headache. I hate the big screens. Wow, I have a 75-inch TV. Wait a minute, Game Chasers is here. Oh, crap. Gosh, I'm so behind. RoboCop has some way over the top blood effects. Yeah, I loved me some RoboCop back in that. And that was 88, so I was 13 or 87. So I probably didn't see it till I was 13. I was already over it and was already like into making movies. The making of movies. So I knew it wasn't real. It was still freaky. And then the director's cut is even more graphic, but it's almost like more ridiculous in a way. So yeah. The Jaws theme is probably the most widely known theme in the history of history. I mean, probably. That link is for a good HDR Dolby Vision TV, Rob. Oh, yeah? Hisense, $549. Wow. 55-inch. See, here's the thing, though. I don't have a place in this house for another TV. So I'd want it to replace the TV that I have, which means I'd have to get a 75-inch or comparable. And those get expensive. Really expensive. So, yeah. But thank you. Reanimator, never saw that one. But I'm pretty sure Ninjitsu Games is here. Welcome. Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so behind. Of course, Billy's here. Jeez. Wait a minute. What? Jeez, man. You guys are like going nuts. Mace spray challenge? Yeah, no. After that freaking whatever that pure capsaicin, no. Or maybe it was 6 million. I think it may have been 6 million because it was just, that's what it is. Because pure capsaicin is 16 million, which you can buy. You can legally buy pure cap. I don't know why you need that. But the sauce that it was what do you call that? Like when you boil something and it takes all the water out. What do you call that? It's like condensed habanero essence. And I think it was 6 million on the Scoville scale, which is higher than like most enforcement grade pepper spray, which is just ridiculous. And me and one other guy did it, and we were seriously running around. Anything we could grab. Water was making it worse. It was absolutely stupid. Terrible. And so Dave's was 1.7. I totally can understand. I mean, it's so funny to watch too, because and he's just like getting up and running around. That's what I was doing. It was nuts. I do not recommend it. Even for a joke. You can get a heart attack doing that? I mean, maybe. No. No, I don't want to do it. If you disappear, it's because of a blackout. All right. You were there when Dave did it live. It's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen on a stream. Wow. And about Dave, why did he eat the chip in 3 bites? I don't know. But I'll tell you that the chopsticks was smart. Marmite 1 chips, no. Starship Troopers is great. Oh yeah, Starship Troopers has some great effects in it. Total Recall, yeah. And there is the director's cut. Well, it is a director's cut of RoboCop. Yeah, the latest Arrow release has both versions. It's awesome. It's worth watching. I still think I prefer the original version better because I think the less shown means it's more, I don't know, more is in your head, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, you should watch it. Showgirls. I don't know about that. Vermilion, no. Eating 1 Taki stick destroys my stomach, just turns on the gastritis. Yeah, and that's pretty low on the scale. See, what's weird is it's kind of like when you hear about especially like MMA fighters, boxing fighters as well. A lot of times, oh my gosh, he has an amazing chin, and he gets hit all the time and he's fine. But once he gets knocked out, like really bad one time, it sort of like opens the floodgates. So it makes it easier for him to get knocked out after that. It doesn't always happen, but a lot of times you see that. You see the decline in fighters as they get older. To me, once I had that 6 million Scoville scale, whatever that sauce was, I can't remember, condensed habaneros. I wish I knew I can't remember the term for it. But it's like concentrated. Because habaneros are only like 500,000 on the Scoville scale. But this is 6 million because it's condensed. Anyway, because of that, stuff that used to make it like, oh my God, this is like crazy hot and I can't take it, was easy. Like the atomic hot wings at Wingstop, could never eat those. Now I can eat them right now, and it's not a big deal. So it's just weird how that works. And no, I don't need no Satan's toe crap. And it's not concentrated. It's a different term. I can't. Look, I don't know. I worked at a restaurant. I would put pure capsaicin in all the food and watch all the customers choke and gasp for water. That sounds like you'd go to jail for that. That's like, that wouldn't happen. Well, the guy died from it because he had a stomach issue. But yeah, it's probably not funny. Not funny to do that. Yeah, carbonite. It's in there somewhere. I don't know. It's basically on there. I think it's on the memes and funny. I don't know. I can't remember. I think Octavius I don't know who posted it. Oh, rat poison, not from the hot peppers. That's right. Starship. See, it's been a while since I've seen Dumb and Dumber, Billy. And Squiggles is here too. Welcome, Squiggles. Good to see you. The Thing. Now, so those are some fun effects. To me, it's not a particularly scary movie. I mean, it probably was back then, but now everything looks a little dated, but it's still really well done. I really love The Thing. I bought I don't know where my copy of The Thing is, but I bought the Blu-ray, the Region B Blu-ray, whatever. Yeah. And then I ripped it so I could watch it. It rips out all the region stuff. so I could watch it. It's pretty cool. CGI Starship Troopers Invasion. I have not seen that one. Cobra Kai Season 5. Oh, we're going to talk about it. The other Starship Troopers movies after the second weren't that bad. Oh my gosh, we've already been live an hour, guys. Would I do The Thing? No. I'll never get tired of The Thing. Claymation mixed with chewing gum and all sorts of cool tricks. I love it. That is one of my favorite, like, there's something about it. It just feels, maybe it's because of the time that it came out, because I was young when it came out. But I remember that movie just being scary because, and American Werewolf in London is another one. That one I'd see like bits and pieces and it would just freak me out. Love that movie though. The Thing or a Xenomorph? I don't know, man. I think both you're gonna die, like quickly. So yeah. Real quick, I just want to go over recent book stuff. I know there's probably only like 2 people that may care about this, but I care, and it's my show. But I just finished Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch, the second book in Gentlemen Bastards, and holy crap, I love this series. There's only 3 books, but I loved it. Oh, it's so good. The characters, talk about great character work, where I just love the characters. I think they're great. And also I was listening to the audiobook as I was reading, as I do. And the performance of Michael Page, I believe is his name, amazing. Like, really, really well done. So if you haven't read The Gentlemen Bastards, the first book is called The Lies of Loch Lamora. And you're into almost like a medieval kind of era. It's almost because it's kind of an alternate universe because there's magicians and stuff. But pirates and I loved it. I love it. They're professional thieves. It's great. It's a great book. I really enjoyed it. And it only took me like 12 or 13 days to read it. It was really good. And then next up is, for me, The Book of Lost Tales Part 2. I already started reading this one. It's dry. It's like a history book. But it's something where it's like, I just want to absorb all of this. And yes, that is the same book, by the way. This is my, like, reading copy. This kind of... Because this is a book club edition. It's not worth anything. And even technically that is worth something. But anyway, that's my reading copy. Anyway, so it's good. Red Seas Under Red Skies. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 had decent effects for the incredibly low budget. I want to buy those. I want to buy... there's a set. I think it's Arrow. I can't remember what the set is. The Evil Dead edition thing or something. I can't remember what it's called. The Ash does things. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I want to see all the extra stuff because that's how I am. It's part of the reason why, even though I'm not a big fan of the Friday the 13th movies, I wanted to buy the box set so I could watch the documentaries. But I couldn't justify it on that one because I really didn't like those movies. Was it you that told me the beginning of The Thing has the guy speaking in Norwegian warning Kurt Russell? Me? Or someone else? I know that that's a thing. If you spoke Norwegian, the film is immediately spoiled for you. I don't remember where, because I saw that recently too. That must have been in the Discord or something. If it can copy a xenomorph since it has acid for blood. Bucho cares about book stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Lies of Loch, Lamora, and Red Seas Under Red Skies. I just love it. And the the audiobook for those is so good. The performance is so good. So, my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie, probably the second one. And yeah, I just like Jack Sparrow, but I loved the way the second one was a Dead Man's Chest. I loved that one because I loved it made me feel like excited to see the third one. Like when Jeffrey Rush comes down those stairs at the end, takes a bite of that apple, and then it goes to black. I'm like, I am so ready for the third movie now. I want to see the third movie now. I was so excited. I loved it. I know there's people that don't like the second and third one, but man, I love those movies. I love the first one. I think the Pirates movies are fantastic. At least those three. I don't think I've seen any of the other ones. Fighting over who's going to win, the Thing or Xenomorph. I like that. You just finished watching the Boys for the first time. Pretty good show. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's still not like my favorite show ever, but I really like it. It's really well done. You want the box set and never seen them all the way through? You talking about the Evil Dead movies again? I can't remember. Or the Friday the 13th. You need to watch Crystal Lake Memories. See, that's probably what I'm thinking of. Or is that a documentary? I'm trying to read here. No, it's possible. I don't mean anything more. What do you think of the Lord of the Rings extended edition documentaries behind the scenes? Fantastic. They're great. They're the best. Some of the best. I still, honestly, it's kind of like all of the Star Wars stuff, the documentaries for Star Wars, and that like Empire Dreams, I think, and then that new documentary that came out on Disney Plus. That is fantastic when it comes to Star Wars. But Lord of the Rings extended, all the stuff is really, really well done. And Bucho loves to read. Yes. Yeah, reading is good. It's good for the brain. Because it's like a movie in your brain that no one else can see. It's awesome. And they're like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, you can't see it. And then, I don't know. Look, a lot of people, Squiggles, don't like the second and third movies. I don't know what it is about them that they just don't like it. And they were shot back to back. I just loved them. I loved them. So, yeah, what is I guess the Crystal Lake Memories is probably the documentary, right? Jeremy Childress. Welcome, sir. It's good to see you. It's good to see you here. Yeah, I just I love a good documentary when it comes to the making of the movie or whatever. One of the better ones, if you're into old filmmaking, is some of the Citizen Kane stuff on the last Warner Brothers release. I think it was Warner Brothers release. Now I don't have the new 4K Criterion of Citizen Kane. There's probably good stuff on there too. But I love reading about and watching documentaries. Of course, the Blade Runner, Dangerous Days, I think is what it's called. That's fantastic. Yeah. In fact, a lot of the Alien ones are good too. On the special features on that. Good stuff. And by the way, speaking of Billy, we both got another copy of the 12 Monkeys replacement program thing today. We both got one. I got one, and I wasn't expecting this, and I'm like, I already have one. And something different is, if you look at my disc, see that 15 over there? That is a marking for the UK, right? My other two don't have that. So I don't know what's going on. So if you happen to have gotten the 4K 12 Monkeys disc and then got the replacement, you may be getting another one for some reason. I don't understand what's going on there. So It's interesting. You will watch several. You know, I'll tell you one of my and Bob, Eagle Ford and Vicky are hanging out. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. I said his name. That's my dad. But yeah, one of my favorite documentaries of all time, I didn't even realize was out on was available. For a long time, it was only available on DVD. And it's called When We Were Kings. Not Once and Future King, but When We Were Kings. It's a documentary about Muhammad Ali. It is absolutely fantastic. Apparently recently came out on the Criterion Collection. So on the next sale, I'll be buying that one for sure. Because it was so good. And yeah, you do need to watch Alien and Aliens. Did they have that story from Prometheus I told you about? Dibs on what? I'm not sure. So let's see. What else is next? What else is up here? Okay, we did the books. You saw my Sandman copy 4 in here. Oh, 12 Monkeys Disc, but I was just kidding. Oh, okay. Okay. I wanted to bring this up before we get into, okay, wait a minute. Let's see who's winning. Right now, 18 votes, 44% want the glazed buns. You know what? Let's do this now. Let's do this now because I want to try this thing. You ready? Let's do it. All right. So, I'm going to end this poll. Glazed buns with 44%, simply acai at 27%, and strawberry empanada at 27%. Okay. So, I got my tank here, freshly wicked and built. Those are brand new coils in there. And yeah, got to say my wicking job is pretty good. Yeah, Bob Michaels ribs are amazing. I mean, they are. Got to get them buns glazed. And that xenomorph is looking at us. You mean that one? Yeah, he is. All right, let's try this. Knuckle test. This could go a lot of different ways. I'll just say that. I'm kind of bummed out that I'm putting this on in this tank. Because if it's bad... Eesh. Okay. So yeah, what you do is you get liquid on either side of your wick there. Let it soak in. And then you put some on top of the coils. And then you will first turn on your thing. Oh, this isn't even screwed down. New load. That's what they call it. But listen to that. Angry. Okay, it smells pretty tasty, I gotta say. Okay. So then, put the tank on. Then, take the top off. You see that? Can I see that? Don't fill it up all the way because if there's not enough wick in there, it can flood it and you just have to start all over. So you might as well not fill it up all the way. Oh crap. And on this tank, because of the way that it closes, you have to kind of lube up the mechanism here. Didn't. Here we go. See, glazed buns, the lubing and the, yep, I know. No, we don't have to watch the language. No crazy. You guys, whatever. Did you get into gaping? To stop smoking cigarettes or for the flavor? Totally to stop smoking. I quit smoking in 2016, and yeah, that's why I and no, you know how many times I've had to change that when I'm doing something about vaping, it'll change it to gaping. We have more ribs with your name on them. Uh-oh. Maybe I can buy a vape from you next month. A vape? Why would you want to buy a vape from me? All right. Can you hear that? Let's see. Oh, did that not? Oh, there it is. There it is. Why didn't it? I still don't understand why it doesn't talk. Did you guys even hear that? Because I have so many. Well, I mean, I do have a lot, but I don't take a lot with me. We need lots of lube. What kind of tank is that? This is a dual coil rebuildable tank. That's cool. Yeah, no sound. Yeah, Carbonite, I got it ready today. I don't know why it's doing that. And I think there's got to be something wrong with Streamlabs. But anyway, so we're trying out the glazed buns that you guys told me to try. So let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Everyone must donate so we can test and adjust things. You don't have to do that. But now that we have super chats, I mean, hey, congrats on stopping smoking. Right. That's exactly what it is. Because vaping is 95% safer than smoking. Wait a minute. I gotta be honest. It's not good. It is not good at all. Let me check something. Unscrew this. Oh, and that's the cool thing too, is that if you leave it like that, it's still filled up. But I gotta be honest, man. Just the taste of it doesn't taste good, and then the vape, the smell of it doesn't smell good. Oh. They have some. There's something that they've put in that just doesn't taste right. Oh crap. Okay, what's going on? Oh. Almost had e-liquid all over me. There it goes. But welcome, Calum. Welcome. Tastes like nasty glazed donuts. It's just there's something that they put in it. I don't know if it's a preservative or what. It just doesn't taste great. Well, the good news is, okay, I'm re-wicking that and throwing that in the garbage. That is bad. Like literally I've made better liquids than that. That is terrible. That is a terrible. Hold on a second. Not good. Okay. So, strawberry empanada. 1. Simply acai. 2. Put them in the chat. 1 or 2. Put them in the chat. Let me know what you want. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. You can only vote once. Octavius. Okay, it's already looking like 1 is going to win. Uno. Yep, it looks like 1. I mean, okay, 1, 2. I see 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to 1 right now. And there's only 11 people in here. So I think the strawberry empanada wins. Because I was going to show you, I have another tank ready to go. Wicked up. It's a single coil. Freshly wicked. Option A. So let's try this strawberry empanada, shall we? Because, I gotta get, there was no 42 option. Okay. Do they have a Big League Chew flavor? I mean, that would probably be a pretty easy thing to do. Because you take, your typical gum flavor, and then you put some grape in it. I've got one in there. It's a acai, blueberry, boysenberry. I mean, it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it, but it's got grape in it. And it almost tastes like bubble gum. Okay, same thing. Oh, I gotta. Is that fluid glycerin or propylene glycol? It's a mixture. This one is 70. Does it say on here? Most of these that you buy in the stores are 70% VG, vegetable glycerin, and 30% propylene glycol. And the flavors are propylene glycol is a flavor carrier. So a lot of the flavors are basically mostly propylene glycol, but the flavor's in the propylene glycol, if that makes sense. So usually it's 70-30. So, God, terrible. Terrible. All right. So yeah, that one's ready to go. Fans on. Rob, you are wrong. It's not glycerin or propylene. What is it? It's metal in your lungs. No, it's not. No, it's not. There is no metal going into my lungs. 95% safer, I'm telling you. I'll just say this. I'm not supposed to say on any sort of public thing, even though I'm not a reviewer and I don't sell vape products, I should not be able to say that vaping is safer than smoking. But I can say that the Royal College of Physicians says that it's at least 95% safer than smoking. So if you smoke, you don't have to smoke. If you think that you're just stuck and that's just the way it is, you don't have to. There are, and please reach out to me if you've got questions. I will answer any questions you have, because vaping is by far the best stop smoking aid in the history of man. Smoking rates are as low as they've been like ever. Like I think more people smoke cannabis now than smoke cigarettes. So just keep that out there. And Bloomberg would disagree because he's a bad man. Anyway, Let's try this strawberry empanada. Let's see how this one is. I get too dang angry when I quit smoking. Not Gary. I'll tell you this. Because I've done both. I've quit both. I've quit smoking and quit vaping. Quitting vaping is a cinch because especially when you quit smoking, what happens is your brain is not craving the nicotine. I mean, it is, but it's craving the nicotine and the other 4,000 ingredients that are in a cigarette. That's what you're coming off of. That's what's hard to get rid of. And then plus, it's a mental thing. So if you can at least get the nicotine and just keep it in your mind that, hey, my own government wants me to smoke. They don't want you to smoke. They don't want you to vape and have a healthier alternative. They don't want that. If you're going to do anything, they want you to smoke because eventually you'll get sick and then it feeds into the system with the pharmaceutical companies and all that stuff. Trust me. They want you to smoke. Vaping is healthier. This is fine. Sorry, I cannot stay longer. Got to get a shower and get ready for the plane ride home tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. I'll be there next week, though. Caleb, do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. All those truth commercials are so stupid. Yeah, those truth commercials are bad. Help me stop smoking. Yeah, Carbonite. There you go. You just like the cigarette smoke. You can quit anytime. Doesn't bother me. Hey. I vaped for almost 2 years. Did have nicotine, but like an idiot, I went back to smoking. Gonna try Chantix soon, though. I will just say, not Gary. I'll just say, I've heard some horror stories about Chantix because it has some crazy stuff in it. So I'm just trying to say, hey, vaping is healthier. And like me, a lot of people like the what do you call them? The little disposables and stuff like that. Those are in 50 milligram. I vape 3 milligram. When I make my own liquid, it's 2 milligram. So it's definitely possible to just step down. But yeah, I mean, just, hey, I'm not going to tell you how to live. You do your thing. But I'm just saying, vaping's probably a healthier alternative. Just saying. So that vape fluid, which is exactly the same as haze fluid, doesn't give you diarrhea like some people would randomly tell you at a safety meeting. I'm shocked. No, Leon. The one thing that I will say is that it does make you thirsty if you vape a lot. Wraith, are you on the Discord? I don't know if you are or not. I'm actually thinking about making a cannabis / Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, whatever section of the Discord. You are on the Discord. Yeah. Just because I've got questions, especially in Texas where Delta 8 is legal, but of course regular cannabis is not. I'm just curious. This is not bad. This tastes like, hold on. I don't know all these tweeds and deltas. Yeah, see, I don't either. I'm like I said, I just started learning about it. It intrigues me because I don't drink anymore. You damn drug lords. Look, we like what we like. And I'll tell you, I got drunk plenty of times and I smoked weed plenty of times. And I didn't like how I felt after I drank, but after smoking weed, it was good. And Delta 8, I don't know enough about. So, hey, potheads, hey, It's a thing. Ooh, that looks weird. With the fan on? That looked weird. Oh, gosh. Rob's face on the guy that says that's metal in your lungs. No. No, Octavius, no. Trying to cut back on drinking, need to switch to weed or gummies. Yeah, see, I don't know enough about any of that stuff. Try breathing it out while you're smiling, just like this. That's weird looking. That's creepy. But anyway, this is not bad. What it tastes like is a very cinnamon heavy, but not like red hot cinnamon. Like bakery cinnamon. You know what I mean? Like almost like what's in an apple pie cinnamon. It tastes like an apple turnover from like McDonald's is what it tastes like, which is kind of what an empanada is supposed to be. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not like the best one I've ever had, but it's not bad. Now, see, the other one that I have in here, which, oops, same tank, but in black. This one has burp in it. Burp. Which is, it's burp. It's berry milk pie. And I'm telling you, this one's good. It's like a buttermilk pie with strawberries on top. It's good. Which I've never actually had a buttermilk pie, but that's what people say it tastes like. So it's good. Cinnabon cinnamon? No, it's a different, I don't know. It's a weird thing though. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different. It's not like a lot of the cinnamon flavors that you can I do this? Of course I can. Okay, you see all those little tiny bottles? These are all either expired or bad or like I didn't like or whatever. But a lot of those little tiny bottles, they're like this big. That's what the flavorings come in. And a lot of times the flavorings, the cinnamon flavors are like the red hot cinnamon flavor. And I don't like vaping that. Gotta head out. See y'all later. Watch the rest of the stream tomorrow. Carbonite. Thank you for being here. As always, awesome stuff. But yeah, it's a different kind of cinnamon. It's like a bakery kind of cinnamon, like you'd have in an apple pie. So yeah, Atomic Heisenberg. Grandma's cookies or pie cinnamon. Yeah, it's. You know what I mean, though, right? It's a tamer cinnamon. It's not like that red hots kind of cinnamon, which is what's in this the empanada. So what I'm gonna do with this glazed buns, which is just awful. I'm gonna try. Look, sometimes what happens with tanks is that you need to like let it sit for a day sometimes, and sometimes it'll get better. But just the smell, it just doesn't smell good. It almost smells yeasty and not gross. You know what I'm talking about? Like bread yeasty. Why did I buy glazed buns? Because a good cinnamon roll vape, dude. I've made some that are really good. No. Like walking past a Subway? No, it's more of like it's got a very almost plasticky smell. It's not good. And I remember there was one that people were going, and it's weird too, because I think people, I'm sorry, I just said like two sentences like at the same time. Sorry about that. But it's kind of like some people can taste, they're like the super tasters, and I don't remember what the thing is. But it's like some people like I like cilantro, but I know my dad he hates it because he said it tastes like soap. That's like there's a something where I think it's like called super tasting, right? Where you can taste things that other people can't taste. And it's just a small number of people. There are some people that swear by this one liquid, and I think it was called like crack pie or something like that. Whatever. But people were like on YouTube were doing reviews and they were like, this is the best. Oh my God, it's so good. I tried it and it tasted like fried butthole. It was gross. It was disgusting. I could not. Ugh. This kind of has that same bready kind of taste that's just not good. Not good. Like lighting a fart but catching your butt hair on fire at the same time. I mean, that's a burnt smell. No, it's not literally fried butthole, but it just doesn't taste good. And there's something a lot of people like watermelon vapes. For me, there's one in particular. I think it's called, I can't remember the what the flavor's called, but it's just supposed to be like a watermelon vape, but it's one that's like super popular. And I tried it and was like, it actually hurts to vape it. It hurt my throat. I don't know. So in every watermelon kind of vape that I've had, it gives me a little bit of that irritation that I don't like. But yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it tastes, like I said, it tastes like a turnover. Or like, like from McDonald's, the little apple pies. It's not bad. So at least, hey, the second one turned out. Now, I'll tell you this. Glazed buns is going in the trash, and then this one is going in that one tomorrow. So, or tonight, whatever, when I get it cleaned out. But did you know that it's time for something that, for some reason, we didn't do last week? Well, we're doing it. We're doing it. It's time for Have You Seen This? That's right. It's time for Have You Seen This? No, you don't like Have You Seen This? That crazy Greek? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? I love Have You Seen This? Have You Seen This is my little section where we look at stuff, funny stuff on the internet, or cute stuff, or awesome stuff, or just like, wow, that was cool. So yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. So first, I can't play the audio on this one. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, well then okay then. I can't play the audio of it because it's playing something that you would get me struck down by the YouTube algorithm gods, whatever. They would not like it. So I'm just not going to play it. But, I mean, it's only 7 seconds. It probably could get away with it, but I'm not going to take the chance. So there you go. But here you go. Tag, you're it, doggo. Come on. That's awesome. Hopefully you hadn't seen this yet. But let's watch it one more time. Watch him. It's like, boing. It's funny. It's funny. I like it. It's like I like the little, it's, like a little Super Mario Brothers, it's kind of, anyway. But this one was just cool. Whale shark going for a meal. I've never seen anything like this before. Whoa. Whoa. Look at the, holy crap. That is why you stay away from the ocean? I know. That's pretty cool. I like that one. I think it's pretty neat. Let's see. What else is next? Oh, yeah. Of the things I expected to see in Alaska, this was not one of them. This sign is not in use. Like you at KFC? Exactly. I just thought that was funny. It just made me laugh. This sign is not in use. Wait a minute. I saw some lady get swallowed by a whale doing that the other week on Reddit. What? I love whale sharks. They're so calm and peaceful. I touched one. Hey, that's pretty cool. But not Gary. Oh my gosh. Is it violent? Like, I kind of want to see that. Is it wrong that I kind of want to see that? I don't know. But here, sewing thread installation by Gabriel Daw. I just thought this was nuts looking. And there's no real audio. But I don't know. I just think that's freaking cool looking. That's just freaking neat. Get out of here. There you go. That's just neat looking. I wish the person wasn't walking around like this, but hey. Just chilling in a canoe and then she was gone. Weird. I mean, look at that. That is just neat looking. I'm sorry. That's just cool looking. And there's no real audio on it. But anyway, kind of cool. And then finally, taking my X-Wing for a casual flight. So this is of course, a drone. I thought this was neat looking. And of course, I can't play the audio because they're playing copyrighted music that I would get in trouble. But just imagine the Star Wars theme going on. That's awesome. Look at how low to the ground he is. Very, very cool. I just, look, drone stuff, I love. I just love, I don't know, it looks awesome. That's just super cool, man. So there you go. Did you use drones for the Game Chasers movie? There was a couple of shots where drones were used, but it wasn't that much. What is this, Star Fox? What is this? I'm clicking. Oops, something went wrong. Oh crap. Close my freaking chat. Okay. It's not letting me click on that link. Let me see if I can do this. Bam. And then bam. Oh, holy crap.
No. No.
Whoa. Okay.
No.
Then spits them out unharmed.
No.
Wow. That's nuts. That's kind of cool. Oh no, none of this up next crap. Okay. Well, that was Have You Seen This? Thank you for actually taking part in the Have You Seen This, giving me something I've never seen. That's cool. But thank you guys, and yeah, we'll be right back. Yeah, that's right. Have you seen this? It's good stuff. That was a good one. No. I didn't leave. Jeez, guys. Jeez. Well, let's get into some actual, topics. I just thought this one was cool. So wait, you say Delta Vape is legal there? It is. Delta 8 is legal in Texas. Because I've actually bought some. So it's just a matter of getting my thing. Guys, hey, he said it, not me. Don't include me. But yes, it is. But yeah, we're gonna make a section. We're gonna make a section on that, because I'm interested in it, and if we can maybe help each other, there you go. But anyway, first up, I just thought this was interesting. So you know me, I like Robert Meyer Burnett. He said this. He said this is some crazy shit if it holds up. So the thing was, box office, Top Gun Maverick is expected to win the weekend with $7 million. The film will pass $700 million and Black Panther to become number 5 all-time domestic, but wins both Memorial Day and Labor Day, and tops both theatrical box office and home entertainment charts at the same time. That is nuts. And originally, the reports had come out that said that No Way Home, they re-released No Way Home for Labor Day weekend, that No Way Home was going to take the top box office, but it wasn't. Top Gun actually made a little over $7 million for the weekend, for Labor Day weekend. Holy crap, that's awesome. I just think that's cool. I like Top Gun Maverick like a lot. So there you go. Let me see what else. Okay, yeah. Okay. I was trying to figure out what am I doing. Actually, you know what? I do need to use the restroom real quick. No other activities with the dangly bits. Okay, I gotta pee. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, sure. Just give me a second, okay, or a minute or two or something. I'll be back in a minute. Oh yeah, it doesn't actually mute. The mute doesn't work. It's not 5. Okay? Not 5. Jeez. No. Yeah, luckily, I don't think my mic would even pick that up. My mic has a thing where if it's under a certain decibel or level, it won't even come through. It cuts it off. Maybe the vape did give them the runs. They weren't lying. No, no, no. No runs. No runs. In fact. Now, see, that one's good. I'm glad that at least one of them worked out. Jeez. I do like my burp, though. But anyway, you guys know me. You guys know now that I'm a big fan of Sandman. I've got all the absolute editions now, which is my entire my entire allowance for months now. But anyway, you know I like my Neil Gaiman, you know? Neil Gaiman's awesome. Now, I don't know if you guys heard, but of course Rings of Power has come out and has come into some some fire from a few people, including Elon Musk. But I thought it was pretty funny. Neil Gaiman kind of swung back at Elon Musk and said, Elon Musk doesn't come to me for advice on how to fail to buy Twitter, and I don't go to him for film, TV, or literature advice either. I thought that was pretty funny. Or literature criticism is what he said. I thought that was pretty funny. The fact is, look, everybody's got an opinion, and you can say that everybody's opinion is valid. Okay? My opinion, not every opinion is valid. And that's including me. I have to include myself in this. Because in order for things to make sense logically and reasonably, you have to be able to look at yourself as well. There's plenty of people that have watched a review of mine, including a few in the last couple of weeks, that have called me a shill or have said that maybe possibly there might be some ulterior motive here for me to do some of my reviews from a positive stance versus whatever. But I mean, really, who cares what Elon Musk thinks about Rings of Power? I mean, just saying. I don't really care. So I thought that was kind of funny. I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, what is, oh. It wasn't that the guy was lying, he was confusing with polyethylene glycol. And it was annoying to have someone say that and not know what he was talking about. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing was weird. And I mean, he was also trying to tell me that vaping is worse than smoking. And I'm like, no, dude. No, it's not. Did you read about the Batgirl screening reactions? No. Because it was one of those, I don't know, kids doing something outside? Or were they good or bad, Rafe? Because I hadn't seen anything. I think I saw an article about it and I just went past it because it's like, I don't care. Doesn't matter. We're never going to see it. So doesn't matter if it was good or bad. But everything that I'd heard from people who, look, John Campea has people go shake my fist. And I don't know. They can do what they want. They said it looked and felt like an expensive CW pilot. Now, see, that makes sense because John Campea said that he has friends that were close to the project. Don't know. He wouldn't say who they are, but he said that, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So, yeah, which makes sense. If David Zaslav, his whole idea of DC is to make it a theatrical thing, going that route and making something that, again, even if it was going straight to HBO Max, if that's not in the plan, then move on and do the thing that makes sense. If that was the case, they made the right call. And I mean, honestly, I look at that and say, I mean, number one, it doesn't matter what I think because it's not my money, you know? But at the same time, I kind of agree. I wouldn't care to see a movie like that. Absolutely right. They do not need another Wonder Woman 84. Man, that movie was bad. But I want to get through some of the quick reviews for stuff that we watched over the weekend. Of course, I've already done a Rings of Power review for episodes 1 and 2. If you guys want to talk more about that, we can. From my perspective, it was fine. I know a lot of people, I mean, I think most people say that the first episode was, in fact, let me just do this. I'll just do this. Bam. The first episode was slow. The second episode was better, but it doesn't reach the heights of the Lord of the Rings movies. I think very similarly. I enjoyed it probably more than most because I was looking at for the details and the cool things, and I liked a lot of it. I don't like the fact that the story doesn't work yet. Because you've got all of these separate characters and none of them are like, oh man, I really want to follow that character. The characters just don't have that. They don't grab me. And that's a problem for a show that's supposedly about character and story. The problem, I mean, I don't know. I still have hope for it though. As little hope as there may be for a lot of people, especially fans of Tolkien, that look at that and say it's basically like fan fiction. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. But then again, that's how a lot of the stuff post George Lucas has been for Lucasfilm. A lot of the stuff post Gene Roddenberry for Star Trek. You've got the original creator that does something, and then someone else is able to work and play in that universe. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm willing to give this a shot though. I think that there's still a chance that it could be great. There's also a chance that they could just keep crashing. You know? I mean, like Galadriel is the main character, right? And so far, she's not that likable. She's fine, but she's not like, she's cool. I think she's got a cool look. I think there's potential there, but I don't really like her yet. So comes down to script as well, I guess. CG in the She-Hulk isn't great, but the show is good, so it works. Maybe the movie wasn't great too. Oh, for the Batgirl, yes. What to watch after stream, The Thing or Tombstone? I'll tell you what, you got some pretty good movies to pick from there. Both of those are good. Not really interested in this or House of the Dragon. I may watch them eventually when it's all out, may not. Well, I'm not going to go into spoilers here. Oops. I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit this. Because I wanted to talk just a little bit about She-Hulk. To me, this latest episode, 3 episodes in, so far, the 3rd episode was kind of a step backwards for me. It wasn't a great, like a completely great episode. Like, to me, I thought the 2nd episode was really good for She-Hulk. The 3rd episode wasn't as good. I didn't like it as much. I still like the characters and all that, but is that the one with the twerking scene? Yeah. Definitely weaker and definitely a little more like, are you really you guys are really excited about Megan Thee Stallion being in it, huh? Yeah, I didn't care for a lot of that. But like I said, the first 2 episodes were great, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. And then, yeah, I do want to talk about House of the Dragon. Of course, I wasn't able to watch it when it came out because I didn't have internet. But what about a stallion? Megan Thee Stallion was in it. And I don't really know who that is. I had no idea who the twerking lady was. Apparently a real person. My girlfriend said yes. I don't even know what that is, Wraith. I don't know what that is. But I will say that House of Dragon, which is not zoomed in, bam, that's better. Be right back, that crazy Greek. Okay. You do your thing. You gonna fap? Just kidding. Anyway, I like this episode. I like this show. I can't say it here, but it's very suggestive. You can say anything you want, Wraith. You really can. I don't think there's anything you can't say in here. Actually, you might. Well, actually, I don't know how that works. I don't know if Nightbot will go, hey. Nightbot, you can chill out. Okay, Wraith's a good dude. So just yes. There you go. There you go. Did you put those in there? Sounds like a real family kind of artist. Somebody who likes to. You did? Okay. Yeah, not my thing. Not my thing. Not my kind of music, I guess. But yeah, House of the Dragon has been really, really good. I really liked the first 2 episodes, and this one I felt was a tad on the weaker side, but still I liked it. I think they've done a pretty good job here. I'm still interested in, because there's going to be 10 episodes of House of the Dragon and only 8 episodes of Rings of Power. So it is before Game of Thrones. In fact, it's like generations before what happens on Game of Thrones. But yeah, I mean, look, I like the show. I don't know what to say other than I like it. So yeah, we'll see. And which is also, look, I mean, especially when I say that, you go, yeah, that probably wouldn't make a good video. It's exactly why House of the Dragon, I couldn't see myself doing videos on it. But here's the other thing too, is Rings of Power, if it needs to get better, because I don't want to do a review every week going, you know what I mean? I the one thing that hopefully you guys have noticed if you've watched any of my other videos, I really enjoy talking about things I like. I don't enjoy talking about things that I don't like. You can see my energy level. When I'm excited, that means I like it. There's oh man, you got to see this, all that kind of stuff. When I'm just kind of like, and then this happened, and it's like, ugh, I don't like it. I don't like, and Rings of Power is at that point where, man, it's really kind of sitting on that edge where I'm like, this might just not be for me. I still don't know who the show is for, because you're digging. I mean, you're going deep on some lore stuff that I know that the average person doesn't know what it is. But then you change so many ideas that Tolkien fans that have read these books know are different. So I don't know who you're really trying to make the show for. It's really strange. 1,000 or 2,000 years before, I think. I've only seen like 4 episodes of Game of Thrones. After hearing how it ended, I just lost the passion. I had to binge it at one point. Now this show too. See, that's a weird. You should Google how it was meant to end. Now, see, here's an interesting thing, and I think there was a comment on one of my videos today that got me really thinking about this again. It's one of the things that I think separates me from a lot of different reviewers out there. A lot of people look at a movie like a single entire thing. Say a glass of water. Now, if there's, let's say somebody takes, I don't know, a piece of hamburger and drops it in the water. Does that make all of the water bad? That's how I used to look at movies. That if one thing was out of place and not good, that it tainted the whole experience. Waterburger. Exactly. No. But you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't plan that, by the way. But I don't say Waterburger. I say, what a burger. Because that's how it's spelled. Nobody says, man, water, great time. How many times have I said that? No, not getting into that. That's how I used to look at a movie. But now I look at it differently. I look at things from a different perspective. I look at it almost like a cake. Like if you know that you might not want to eat the entire cake or eat any of the cake, knowing that there's a piece of hamburger in it. It's a weird thing. But I kind of like, for example, Lost is a great example of a show that I loved until I didn't. The final season did some things that I'm not a fan of. In fact, I was pretty much a fan of almost everything all the way up until the last 2 or 3 episodes. But even then, there are things in there that I do like. So I can't say that Lost completely sucks because it didn't end well. Because I really enjoyed those years of watching that show. So it's a weird thing. And Lost is one of the ones that got me really thinking about it. I'm like, I can't really discount the entire show because I love the show. Another one is the Stephen King book, Under the Dome. I was eating this book up, man. I was just like, oh my God, this book is so good. Such a good story. The way that the characters were drawn, the problems that were getting in, it was great. It was so great. Until the ending. And I don't like the ending. But that doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy 95% of it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's really what it comes down to. Is for Game of Thrones to have an ending that people weren't a fan of. Do you discount the entire series because of it? I don't know. That's up to you. But for me, even if I didn't like the last season, which honestly I liked, I was a casual fan. It never really bothered me. I was like, yeah, I figured that's how this was going to go down. There were some things that the way things ended were different, right? But I look at that and I say, look, even if the last season isn't great, there's a lot of great television there. There's a lot of great storytelling there. And I can't look at a movie and say, yeah, I didn't like that one thing, so the whole thing sucks. I can't do that anymore. It's made me change the way that I look at movies and TV shows. Now, a show like Rings of Power, where it's gotten me kind of, like I'm on the fence already 2 episodes in, well, then I might just tap out, But Game of Thrones, I was fine with it. I know a lot of people weren't. I don't know. So I guess my question is, how do you guys see it? Do you say, hey, that last season sucks, so I can't stand Game of Thrones anymore? Did it ruin it for you? I don't know. Wait, okay. I just was disappointed by everything I heard about that last season. Let's see, I can understand that. I love seasons 1 through 3 of Lost so much, right? All I remember is Lost on PS3. I don't even know what that is. Okay, wait, we'll get to the spin-off shows in a minute. I remember I saw season 1, then asked if they ever explained the polar bear or smoke monster, was told no. No. The new show, but I mean, kind of they do, though. They kind of do. They do. It's just not an answer that a lot of people like. The new show by the Lost creators, From, I am enjoying and is also very what is going on. From has been freaking great so far. Really excited to see where it goes. I don't know. Yeah. You guys told me about From. I still haven't seen it. Oh, I didn't know they made a game of Lost. Interesting. You can't just dismiss all of The Last Jedi just because Luke throws the lightsaber over his shoulder, or because Poe is doing a Jerky Boys routine, or because Canto bite, or because Bucho is trying to rile people up, I think. What I'm saying is, for me, if the good outweighs the bad, then it's not all bad. But see, I don't believe that Poe is doing a Jerky Boys routine. I don't believe Leia is doing Superman in space. I actually agree with what Leia is doing, and I thought it was super cool. It wasn't executed well. But I like what she did, because it's exactly what happened to her as a child. In the Leia book. Again, part of the reason why I already liked Laura Dern's character, whatever, I can't remember her name. But the part of the reason I already liked her, is because I knew she was a good person. Anyway. Bujo, I think has your opinion of The Last Jedi changed? Because you seem or are you playing devil's advocate? Holdo, yes, thank you. I think it depends on the show. I used to like How I Met Your Mother, but that awful final season had the worst series finale I've ever seen. Maybe not want to watch the series ever again. I mean, I get it. But again, like for Lost, it was like, Lost was so good. Man, it was so good. All the way up until it wasn't. I don't know. Crazy Greek's back. I didn't see that. Good to see you. But yeah, it's such a weird thing because like Bucho hates The Last Jedi. It's like a guy was getting on to me for that KGF movie. And he said that it wasn't good. And I said, well, to me, there were some negatives. I did have some negatives for that movie, but the positives outweighed the negatives. By the end of it, I wanted to see what was going to happen next, which meant overall, I enjoyed my time here. That's how I looked at it. And he was just like, how can you say that? How can you? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know, man. Are you just being negative to be negative, or do you literally hate everything in this movie? All I can say is that I didn't hate everything in that movie, so there you go. I will say one more thing about House of the Dragon. Has anybody actually been watching that? House of the Dragon? There's one thing about House of the Dragon that is driving me nuts, and it is too dark. Why is it so dark? Is this stream still going? Yes, Magnus, it is. Why are you surprised? Yeah, it's still going. Yeah, I don't like how dark the show is. So, yeah. There you go. That's really it. That's really all I wanted to say. House of the Dragon's too dark. Rewatched Game of Thrones about 6-ish months ago. First few seasons were still great, but holy crap, binging it like that, you can really see the decline. House of the Dragon has been pretty decent so far. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I watched every season basically at the end of that season. So it was like, end of season 1, bam, binge it. And then, oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, a lot of nudity, a lot of ridiculous sex, like for no reason except for, oh, look, boobies. But yeah, I like the show. Then season 2, oh, yeah, pretty good. And then so far, so on and so forth. So I was never part of the conversation about it. I just said, yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's fine. I was never like super into it. But I'm really digging House of the Dragon. The way that it's being done, I like it. I still think The Last Jedi is about a 7 out of 10. The peeps who love it are cray, and the peeps who hate it are too. I'm there too. But see, that's the thing. That's the internet these days. It's either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. Like anybody that says that The Last Jedi is the worst thing they've ever seen, they haven't watched enough movies. That's just it. If anyone says that things are the worst thing ever, I can almost guarantee you it's not. It's the hyperbole on the internet is ridiculous. It's crazy ridiculous. And I just don't understand why everybody has to look at it in it's a binary thing. You know, we're not computers. It's not a 1 or a 0. There's gray. There's a gray area, and there's beauty in the gray. Sometimes there's a great movie that a lot of people don't like, and a lot of people do like. Whatever. Who cares? If you like it, that's fine. Sit there in the gray. It's fine to be in the middle. I don't know. My dad was watching some weird ass show called Raised by Wolves. Yeah. That show was weird. Do you mean it's too violent or visually not bright enough? It's literally not bright enough. It's like they are shooting it with the f-stops turned way down. Or it's like they're intentionally trying to hide. Like a lot of times you'll see that in certain movies, like, oh, there's this big special effects thing that's going to have visual effects thing that's going to happen. Oh, it's going to take place at night. It hides some of the flaws. That's what it's like. It's like there's so much stuff that's being shot that way, but it's not visual effects scenes. It's literally two people talking in a room, and it's so dark I can't see their faces. I don't understand it. And yeah. Yeah, I don't understand Wraith exactly. I don't mind people saying they like Rogue One, but saying Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie? You haven't seen enough Star Wars movies. Rogue One is, I'm sorry, it's not the best. Because the movie can literally not stand on its own. It is so dependent upon your knowledge of the other movies. The reason why people like it is because it's very nostalgic for those movies. The characters don't even work on their own. Because you can't remember who their freaking names are. Anyway. There are definitely bum notes in early Game of Thrones. The Dany wheel spinning in season 2. But yeah, the overall quality of the storytelling in Game of Thrones declines noticeably from season 5 onwards. I'm the worst thing ever. Yeah, Game of Thrones, again, I couldn't notice that. Because of the way that I watched it, but I was just like, yeah, it was fine. It was entertaining. But then again, I didn't put a whole lot of time and effort into thinking about that either. I've never binged that show. So maybe if I did, I would see what you're talking about. But yeah, it's still fun to watch later on, but it got lazy with the story. Look at Titanic. I hate that movie. I'm so sad that Raised by Wolves got canceled. I was really starting to dig it. See, I watched season 1 and was like, season 1 made me, because I love Ridley Scott, right? Anything that Ridley Scott works on, I'm curious about because I love Ridley Scott. And the show was like, am I stupid? I feel dumb watching that show. So then season 2 came out and I was busy doing other things. And so I was ready to go back to start watching it again. And then I heard it was canceled. And I'm like, oh, well, it's the same reason why I never watched the last season of Daredevil. Because it was canceled. And I was like, okay, well, why am I wasting my time then? I don't know. That could be down to HBO compression. Same thing happened on season 8. People kicking off the brightness, but it was filmed very bright. It doesn't seem like it to me. I've never had that problem on any other show. Even Game of Thrones. So I don't know. Titanic's a good action movie? Is that what you're saying? Or Raised by Wolves? I don't know what you're saying, Magnus. It's because they only had candles and torch flame to light up the dark back then in that completely made up imaginary world. Possibly, but I don't think so. I think they're hiding something. I don't know what it is. Or it's an intentionally dark grade. It's kind of like, to me, dark color grading is like the audio problems that Christopher Nolan movies have had. You know, where it's like, oh, well, it's part of the story. Well, no, it's irritating to watch. And when it's irritating to watch and takes me out of the story because I'm complaining, that's a problem. You don't want to make your show intentionally bad to watch or hard to watch. I don't understand that. So yeah. Rogue One was a good action movie. Yeah, see, I like Rogue One. But it's not the best Star Wars movie. In fact, it's way down. There are much better Star Wars movies than Rogue One. Much better. But that's fine. Everybody has a different opinion. And yeah, there you go. Did I work at Blockbuster when they were phasing out VHS tapes? Yes, I was. In fact, I was the first. We were one of the first stores, I think, that got DVDs because I was special ordering them. And yeah, it was cool. It was fun. A lot of people buying up those VHS, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people that collect VHS now, even, and I'm like, why? Unless you're just nostalgic for that cover, which I get. I have my VHS up there, but other than that, I don't need my VHS of Top Gun. I've got Top Gun in 4K now. Don't care. So there you go. I don't know. I'd more say it's a good war film. I mean, yeah. I guess my biggest problem was that, again, at the end of it, I couldn't remember any of the characters' names except for K2SO, the robot. And that is the absolute truth. Now, I know all of their names now because I've seen it multiple times. But I can't say that about the original trilogy films. I knew who Luke Skywalker was. I knew who Han Solo was. I knew who Darth Vader was, and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Princess Leia and C-3PO and R2-D2. I knew everyone immediately. They weren't memorable characters. But like Bodhi Rook, I'm sorry, but Bodhi is a fine character, but not memorable. It's just me. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like Rogue One, and I shouldn't rag on it so much, but it just irritates me. It's kind of like when people give a movie, kind of like Adventures in Game Chasing, when they give a movie a 10 because so many people are giving it a 1. No. But at the same time, it irritates me that people are saying that Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. I'm like, you are wrong. Like, I'm sorry, but that movie is not that good. It's fine, but it's not that good. It's not Empire good. And I think Last Jedi did circles around Rogue One. The highs in The Last Jedi are higher than anything in Rogue One. But then you might say, well, the lows are lower too. Probably. But to me, the highs in The Last Jedi make up for a lot of those problems. And still makes it better than Rogue One, in my opinion. Who's the DOP? Is it Fab again? I don't know who it is. Has the best sci-fi combat I've ever seen in a movie. Are you talking about the final scenes? Rogue One made $1 billion. Strange they never made a sequel. Yeah. I know the quality is bad, but I like the feel and sound of using the VCR. No. Excuse me. I totally get that. There is a sound to that that's awesome. But no, I never want to use another VHS tape again, never. Even knowing that nostalgic sound and the physicality of it. It's just not, meh. I love collecting old games because I still fire them up and play them and it just feels right. But watching VHS, nope. They can look right on the shelf. They can. But I just, I don't know. Could be Fab style. I don't know. I don't like how dark House of the Dragon is. Best Star Wars film is Empire and Jedi. I mean, that right there is I can totally understand that point of view. I cannot understand someone saying that Rogue One is the best. I just can't. No more Last Jedi. Sorry. See? That's what happens, Bucho. See, Bucho loves to rile me up. Did I ever fall asleep in the movie theater? Not that I recall. Because I'm usually like, as soon as a movie starts, I'm like, I'm locked in. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep in a movie theater, in the movie theater, ever. But I know plenty of people had. I've just never. Bucho loves to do that. He loves to do that. But no. Everyone chooses Empire, but I really love Return of the Jedi, but that's me. You know what? Return of the Jedi is a valid choice. A lot of those are valid choices. I would say 3, 4, 5, 6, and even some of the sequels. And even some of, the prequels, sequels, whatever. But Rogue One is, I'm sorry, it's just not interesting. I don't give a shit about any of the characters except for K2SO in that movie. I don't care. There's nothing there that has made me care. I don't know. Why do I get so riled up about Rogue One? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Caravan of Courage is not in third place. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. What did you think of that Lord of the Rings versus Star Wars conversation in Clerks 2? Is that the one with him? I mean, yeah, it's funny. And I totally understand when people say that, man, the Lord of the Rings films were freaking boring as hell. I totally understand that. They're not for you. But I don't know. I don't remember the exact conversation in Clerks 2. I just remember this is the first movie, and then the third movie was, and then it's I get it. When I had to go watch Medea Christmas with family and didn't want to, fell asleep during Revenge of the Sith and one of the Resident Evil movies. Oh, and Angels and Demons. See, I've never done it. But then again, I'm, like I said, man, I'm usually locked in because I have this childlike giddiness when the lights go down because the movies were always super special to me. Going to the movies was a big deal. And so it was always really, really special to me. And I just completely lock in. And it's why it irritates me when there's 75 trailers that play before the damn movie starts. Because by the end of it, I'm like, I've seen all these trailers. Would you guys freaking start the movie that I paid for to see? I didn't stay here. I didn't pay to see a bunch of trailers. I paid to see the damn movie. Now we're 20 minutes past the start time. Would you start the freaking movie? Anyway. Walked out of a few movies too. Only walked out of that one. Well, 2. Lady Killers and what was it? Maverick, right? Riled up Robbie rules. I know, Bucho. I know, but you love all the movies that Leon mentioned. Fell asleep in Road to Perdition, walked out of the theater. I thought it was going to be a shoot 'em up gangster film. Yeah, see, that one is a slow burn, but my God, that scene in the rain, Roger Deakins, beautiful scene. Beautiful scene, like one of the best scenes in the last 30 years. It's up there in like the top 10. Most jaw-droppingly beautiful scenes. Beautiful. Walked out of 3:10 to Yuma for the same reason. I remember that movie not being great. It just didn't connect with me. I think it was which film series made a bigger impact. I think Randall lost the conversation when they said Peter Jackson won an Oscar, but Lucas never did. Yeah, so many ads. If your ticket says the movie starts at 1900, you don't need to enter the theater until 1920 at the earliest. That's what was so interesting about when we went and watched Solo. because we bought some ticket and it said something special on the ticket. But it's basically, they played all the trailers before the actual start time. So as people were filing into the theater, they were playing the trailers. But the movie started the time. So we were a couple of minutes late. We're like, no big deal. We got playing trailers. No, we were already into the movie. So, yeah. But that's never happened since. So, I got in trouble for changing the LED title to Revenge of the Shit and blamed dyslexia. I was just tired, not the movie's fault. 310 to Yuma is about a 7 out of 10, but Ben Foster is about a 10 out of 10 in it. Ben Foster's great. I love Ben Foster. Always come to the theater 30 minutes late, and that's understandable. That was the first time I ever saw Ben Foster in a thing. Been a fan ever since. Did you see that trailer that who posted that? Octavius? I can't remember who posted it now. That new Medieval? Ben Foster, Michael Caine? I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's got Ben Foster in it. I love the theaters with the reclining leather seats. Did I see Return of the Jedi in the theater? I did. Opening weekend. I remember it vividly because I wanted to go as early as possible. Mom and Dad were like, no, whatever. All I remember is being in the theater and having little things spoiled for me seconds before they happened. So, but overall, it was still an amazing experience. And I don't know how many times we saw it. We saw it a lot. I remember we saw it. The only one that I remember seeing a lot was E.T. I know I saw it 6 times in the theater. But I've never seen a movie that many times since. Usually I only see a movie. Well, wait a minute. Avatar I saw a lot. Because the 3D is just too damn good. Any movie you wish you saw in the theaters but never did? Tenet. I think Tenet would have been amazing in the theater. I think Speed Racer would have been amazing in a theater. Aliens would be good in a theater. I mean, the thing is like, it's kind of like I've said this a few times where, and I think it's important that you can only see a movie for the first time once. So basically what you're asking is, what movie would you have liked to have seen the first time in the theater, right? Cloverfield 5 times. Wow. The animated Spider-Man movie, that was awesome in the theater. We did see the you're talking about Into the Spider-Verse? Great in the theater. The only problem is that and I don't know if anybody else is like this, but movies are 24 frames per second, right? But for some reason and I don't remember the technique, the comics technique, the coloring where it's the dot pattern, whatever it is. But when they would pan, it would almost hurt your eyes. At least me. Aliens would be great in the theater. Alien. I would have loved to have been able to experience that with a crowd. That would have been amazing. Aliens for sure. I saw Alien 3 in the theater in 1992. I saw that in the theater and was disappointed. A lot. Terminator 2, I did not see in the theater. And Tenet did need subtitles for sure. But I still would have liked to have seen visually. I think it would have been an amazing one. Starship Troopers I saw in the theater. That was a good one. Saw all the Lord of the Rings in the theater. Independence in theater. Independence Day. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is only the greatest movie of all time. I mean, it's good. It's definitely good. I don't know if it's the best. It's up there, but it's not the best. Not to me. But yeah, Independence Day was crazy. And Titanic. I think I saw Titanic like 3 times in the theater. because I was going with different girls, I think. I don't remember. But I remember I saw it like 2 or 3 times. And I'm a crier. I did see Predator in the theater. That was my first rated R movie in the theater. Was Predator. I will agree it's the best. Yeah, man. Predator was, dude, awesome. And I was 11. I was scared out of my mind. But it was awesome too, you know? What a great movie. Lion King in the theater. I don't think I saw that in the theater. I saw Die Hard with a Vengeance and Waterworld back to back at the cinema. What an average day that was. I like Die Hard with a Vengeance. That's the Die Hard 3, right? I like that one. Not great, but it's good. Waterworld was boring. I couldn't wait for it to end. Dawn of the Dead, the shitty Snyder one, and Shaun of the Dead back to back too. Shaun of the Dead. I saw that in the theater. That was great. That was fun. That's a fun one. Die Hard 3 is the best one. I don't know about that. I like it though. I love the first one. You don't want to know my first rated R-rated movie in the theater. Yes, I do, Wraith. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I saw The Forbidden Planet and The Maltese Falcon in the theater when they came out. How was it? I've only seen The Forbidden Planet on TV. I've never seen it in the theater. Maltese Falcon, I definitely haven't seen in the theater. I mean, it's probably one of these re-releases, right? Dude, I'm telling you, Cinemark, at least here in the South, Cinemark does those where they'll show a like an old movie, you know, on what, like a re-release. Oh, when they came out, I didn't realize. I didn't read that part. I thought you were talking about the Cinemark thing where they'll show some classic movie, and it's really fun to watch one of those classic movies on the big screen. We saw. What did we watch? But they've had Princess Bride, they've had Jaws, they've had Labyrinth, they've had all kinds of movies that do that. Yes, acknowledge me. What are you talking about? That crazy Greek? What are you talking about? My older had to take a 10-year-old me and other cousin to see Home Alone, but it was sold out. Instead of going back home, he took us to see Basic Instinct. Wow, that was probably an interesting one. Got to watch A New Hope in the theater and the original whatever it was in. I don't know, film size things. It was in. I don't even know what that is. Oh, the original millimeter. Oh, well, 35 or 70. I'm your tribal chief. Acknowledge me. What are you talking about? All right, let's get into some more stuff. Yeah, I bet you did have chest hair when you walked out of Basic Instinct at 10 years old. So what do you think of this? This starts this weekend. Yeah, 35 millimeters is typically, you know, how most things are projected. 70 millimeter just means that it's a bigger frame. It's 70 millimeters wide. Which means that there's more information on an image that size versus an image this size, right? So that's what that means. So if you saw it in 35 millimeter, it's probably 35. There's also 16 millimeter. I got to see TMNT 1990 in the original, I guess 35 or whatever for the 25th anniversary. Heck yeah. Julie-san will show up to help Daniel. I got to be honest with you. I don't care. I'm sorry. Because I know exactly what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get upset. Oh. And then everything will work out by the end of the season. But then there'll be another, oh no, they didn't. It's just one of those shows that there's no real drama. it's all like this manufactured stuff. Like, I'm sure someone will change allegiances and people will be surprised. Oh, I don't know what it is, but it's such a hollow kind of experience for me, Cobra Kai. Like, Jay loves the show. Jay and Tim, I mean, freaking go batshit crazy about this show. And I'm kind of like, okay, there's some cool stuff in it, but I hate those middle episodes where they're focusing on the kids and I don't give a crap. Where they're like, oh, it's stupid kids doing stupid kid crap. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't like high school when it was like that. I quit playing those stupid games. And that's when I became popular, which is weird. But anyway, I hate those stupid kid games. So I'm not doing that crap. But look, people are excited about it. So yeah, there you go. Let's see, wait. When I worked at a cinema, one of the projectionists nearly traumatized a group of children, put on the wrong Frozen movie, the horror movie. No idea how I think we got the print accidentally. Ooh, that's a bad one. People love Cobra Kai. I couldn't get into it. It's become predictable, turned into teen drama crap. I'd rather just see Daniel-san get his ass beat than train and beat the bad guys. I skipped that. Felt it was teen drama crap from the start. Only made it 4 episodes in. I think it's the Netflix showrunners because season 1 and 2 were on the YouTube before season 3, which started on Netflix. Yes, and I believe those were fun. And these have been kind of just lackluster to me. It's a lackluster show. I don't hate it, and I'll probably watch it and maybe review it because it'll give me something to review. Something that will actually get views, you know? But the thing is I have a feeling it's going to be exactly like last season, where in the middle of it, I'm going, is this really worth it? You know? And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm preparing for the worst. I wanted to bring this up just in case. Now, I don't know. Let me see. Here, let me just do this. I should have done this earlier, actually. Give me just a second here while I do that. So yeah, did you guys see this? Paramount Plus is combining with Showtime in a single streaming app, though each also continues on a standalone basis. I didn't even know this was a thing. So apparently new subscribers will be able to sign up for Paramount Plus with Showtime for $7.99 a month for the basic ad-supported service, and then $12.99 for the ad-free version. Current subscribers can upgrade to the bundle within their app. I don't even know if we're going to continue. Well, here's the thing though, man. Paramount Plus has that new Yellowstone show that I want to see. And I think April's still watching something on Paramount Plus. I don't know what. I'm not into the Star Trek shows. I've heard so many things like this that, like, I'd love to watch a good Star Trek show. But lately I've heard that if you want to watch a good Star Trek show, you should just watch The Orville, which I haven't seen that either. But I thought this one's interesting. I wanted to bring it up. I know I have Paramount paid through November, I think, because I paid for Ted Millich just dropping in to say hi and leave a like. Hope you're having a good one, Ted. Good to see you, sir. You have Paramount Plus, it's fine. I have Apple TV too, and Netflix and Amazon. Too much streaming. I know. I went through the list with my wife and was like, this is dumb. We need to get rid of some of these. And we still have shows that each of us are watching on them. So it's kind of like, eesh. Only things I watch on Paramount Plus are the new Beavis and Butthead, which I still haven't seen. Wild Boys, but I already own Wild Boys. Yeah, and they brought back Beavis and Butthead, and I still haven't watched any of it. I've heard it's pretty good. but I haven't watched any of it. So that's what you got it for too? The new Beavis and Butthead? Wow. That's interesting to me. I didn't think Beavis and Butthead was popular enough to drive people to the service like that. That's actually kind of interesting. I wonder if, I'm sure Paramount Plus knows that, which is probably why they're making new ones. And see, I haven't seen the new movie. Oh, and the South Park movies. Yeah, and yeah, I need to watch it. Give it a shot. Because I love South Park too. And I also wanted to bring this up for you animated show fans. Did you see that my favorite animated show in the last ever, maybe? It may be my favorite ever. Became the first streaming series to win an Netflix's first animated program. First streaming series to win animated program Emmy. Holy crap. Why couldn't I get that out? Arcane won an Emmy. That's awesome. I love this show. I know that there's a lot of people that looked at that show and said, that's not for me. Not a show for me. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if you like animated shows typically or not. This show, the characters, you just latch onto them. Amazing character work, amazing storytelling, and it looks beautiful. It looks unlike any animated show I've ever seen. So, if you haven't seen Arcane yet, trust me, you should check it out. You should at least check it out. It's such a good show. Did you see the new South Park ep where Randy bought the last Blockbuster video in town? I did not. I haven't watched South Park in a long time, but I still love that show. Every time I watch it, I'm like, damn, this show's good. And then I get off of it again. And yeah, there's, and the new South Park specials, I haven't watched those either. Now here's the last bit of news. And this isn't really even anything to be like super like crazy like whatever about yet, but the Crow reboot is to film at a new production facility. And I didn't realize that, maybe I didn't make the connection that Bill Skarsgård is playing the Crow. Why are they making, I don't know. I don't know why they have the need to make a Crow movie. I just don't know. But again, it's that one of those things where they have an IP and they're going to try and do their damnedest to milk that IP for all it's worth. The Crow was one of my favorite movies back in those days. It's I can recognize it for what it is now, but for back then, 18, 19, 20 years old, that movie was like, that was important to me. Like, I loved that movie. So I don't know. I wish they wouldn't touch it, but they are. But you know what? Who knows? It could be great. It could be amazing. Or it could be absolute crap. I don't know. But yeah, it came out at I was in my rebellious stage. And it hit me at the right time. And I wanted that. I wanted to be that. I loved it. In fact, I really was into, and I think it has to do with how badly my relationships were going. But I really loved the someone dies and then the other person stays in love with that person forever kind of thing. Bram Stoker's Dracula, The Crow. There's a lot of thematic weird stuff that was not healthy for me back then. But yeah. That Halloween Blockbuster episode is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, I need to watch some South Park, that's for sure. And yeah, They are going to make new movies. It's part of that contract they did with Paramount. The Crow came out during the grunge era and perfectly complemented it. Sadly, that era and music is long gone. But see, that was me, man. I was into all of it. Like, I loved Pearl Jam and Nirvana, and then I got into the more industrial side with the Nine Inch Nails, of course, The Crow. Yeah. The Crow is possibly the most overrated movie in my opinion. It's fine, but I think the controversy had a lot to do with it. But you were also younger. And by the time you got older, you had your own stuff. Girls had The Craft, guys had The Crow, for sure. And weirdos had Little Shop of Horrors. I love that. I love that show. I loved it. Rick Moranis, Bill Murray, Steve Martin. Great. I loved it. So let's see. Oh, after the introductory going back to that Paramount thing. After the introductory discount on October 2nd, the bundle will cost $11.99 with ads or $14.99 without them. Subscribers interested in having only Showtime without Paramount Plus will still be able to get it for $10.99 a month as a standalone offering, as well as through third-party distributors. Likewise, those wanting Paramount Plus but not Showtime can continue to pay $4.99 a month with ads or $9.99 without them. Interesting stuff. I think that stuff is there. It's constantly, the streaming services are constantly trying to figure out where the pricing is and how much can they milk out of us. That's just the thing. I dressed as the Crow for Halloween. Have I heard Third's Wraith? Bucho asked Wraith, have you heard Third Secret? Chris Novoselic, Kim Thale, Matt Cameron. I haven't heard of that. Guy liner and a coat, easy costume. If you were a grunge kid, it's worth a listen. Okay. I'll check it out. I was Crow for Halloween once. Let me see. Third Secret. I want to look him up. Can I look him up? Is that them? Only one album? The Crow did have a great soundtrack. Bucho, did you see that? Is that them? Only one album that came out a few months ago? If so, I'm adding this album to my... Screw it, I'll just add it to my library anyway. It's Apple Music, man. I can do whatever I want. It's America. Top Gun. Singles. I really like the Singles soundtrack. Maybe the Batman soundtrack. 4 a.m. here. Catch you later, Leon. Have a good one, sir. Well, we're getting close to wrapping up. But I understand, dude. That's pretty late. Yeah. Those are some of my favorites. Those are some of the ones that I bought. That I own. But I mean, seriously, Pulp Fiction has got to be up there. Footloose is a good one. Footloose was a little before my time. So it never quite caught on with me, but Top Gun, of course, did. Yeah. I think I named 5. There's probably more, but The Crow's got to be number 1 for me. The Crow is probably my number 1 listen to score, period. Or not score, soundtrack, period. I loved that. And I listened to Batman a lot. A lot of Prince. A lot of Prince on that album. In my opinion, Pulp Fiction was insanely overhyped for me. Everyone kept talking about it. Then I saw it and was just meh towards it. Oh, God. I love that movie. And I love the soundtrack. Listen to the soundtrack all the time. It's such a weird thing that it's almost like there are, and John Michael, who's been in the chat before, he and I were talking about it, how it seems like look at Adventures in Game Chasing, right? It's about the 80s. It's about the Nintendo. And then there's probably in 5-10 years there might be movies about the 90s, and it's like, as those, whatever you grew up with, when you grow up and you're able to make movies like in your 30s and 40s, that's when all of this, like that 70s show, right, was about those probably the creators wrote the show, and then they ran with it, and it became a hit because all of the people that were in those teenage years in their 70s were probably laying, the show is awesome, right? It's just weird how that kind of thing happened. Like Leon missed out on The Crow, but he probably had his own stuff that he really liked. Oh my God, wait a minute. Trainspotting. That's up there. The Saint. I listened to a lot of those. Those soundtracks were constantly being rotated. It's not a bad movie at all. It just was too hype for me. Yeah, no, I got it. I get it. What do you think happened to Zed in that movie? Kept him alive to torture him or slowed death? Absolutely. Night, everyone. That Crazy Greek. Have a good one, sir. Have a good one. Good to see you. Batman Forever had a good soundtrack. Yes, it did. Yeah. Kiss from a Rose. There was a Smashing Pumpkins. I don't think I own that soundtrack, but I think somebody had it because I remember some of the stuff in it. In a few years, we'll get TV shows aping Pulp Fiction, Fight Club, Seven, and Clueless. Hold Me Through. Yeah, you too. Yep. Yeah, I remember that one. I know it. Well, let's wrap it up, guys, and let's talk just a little more. Wraith, you come up with some good topics for sure. Glad you're around, man. Kill Chain with Nick Cage. Oh no. D23 is this weekend. Also, by the way, Thursday is when we're supposed to find out if we have been selected by the Dallas Independent Film Awards or something like that. What is it? I don't even remember what it's called. But yeah, we're supposed to find out about that. Wait a minute. Oh, we got it. Okay. Wait. Sorry. So yeah, there's a lot going on this weekend for me. Figuring that out. That's on Thursday. Dallas International Film Festival. So we'll see. We might make it in there. But this weekend is D23. Now, some of this is going to be on, like, it'll be streamed. But the big thing is on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is noon here, which would probably make that 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's when they're going to announce all of their Marvel stuff, the Star Wars stuff. That's the big, excuse me. Now, one of the articles, which is something that Octavius himself posted into the Discord earlier, was this article. That Marvel Studios reportedly signs Henry Cavill, John Boyega, John Krasinski, Denzel Washington, and more. What? I mean, Henry Cavill would be great. John Boyega, hell yeah. I would love for Disney to basically make it up to him. John Krasinski, I mean, obvious. Denzel Washington? What the hell could Denzel Washington play? But look, this is one of those things where I'm interested to know. And again, this is from Hypebeast, so there's a good chance that this isn't true. But it's D23 week. Of course, they're announcing a ton of stuff. There's going to be a lot of speculation. But we've got Marvel again. A lot of Marvel stuff is probably going to be announced, including the director of Fantastic Four, which is probably what was the name? Matt Shackman, Matt, that guy that did WandaVision. I can't remember. Matt Shackman, I think. And then the cast for Fantastic Four will probably be announced. No telling what there's going to be announced for Star Wars. Hopefully they show a little more, maybe a trailer for Ahsoka, maybe a trailer for Mandalorian season 3. Mark Samsonite. I was way off. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, hopefully maybe we'll see something about the Acolyte. Of course, we'll probably see maybe a little about Andor, but Andor's coming like right around the corner, so I don't know if they would do that. I'm just really excited about new Star Wars stuff. I want Star Wars to come back to that hype. You know what I mean? That hype that we had. I want to get back to that. I don't know if we will. But they're probably going to show some Indiana Jones footage, Indiana Jones 5. This is supposed to be like, hey, this is our plan for the next however long. It's only 2 hours long, but just like what happened before, it was like Kevin Feige got up there and said, hey, we've got all this stuff going. We've got Moon Knight coming. We've got blah, blah, blah. Didn't spend any time explaining all of this stuff, but just laid out this huge plan. And people were like, oh my God. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping they do for Star Wars. And unfortunately, it's not something we're going to be able to see. So we're going to hear from it after the fact. But anyway, Denzel going to talk to bad guys like, what you going to do, boy? While chewing on a toothpick? Wait a minute. I wouldn't put too much stake in that. Anthony Hopkins wasn't too involved with the Thor movies. I'm not sure what that was in response to. Probably something I said that I don't remember now. A Max Rebo show? I mean, I don't really need a Star Wars musical. Just saying. I don't know. I wonder how many people got that reference. Oh, man. Come on. Especially like our age group. Dumb and Dumber. Come on. Yeah. What up? Coming on late. Just got back from a 27-mile bike ride. You did that on purpose or were you being chased? Just kidding, Johnny. Good to see you. It's just, I'm sorry. That John Denver's full of shit, man. I love Dumb and Dumber, man. Love it. A 30-minute sitcom based in Dexter's Diner. It could just be Dexter's Diner. With your dad? Okay, that's cool. No, that's really cool. I've just never been a biker guy. Just never. I don't think it'll come back once you milk something. The hype usually dies. I don't know, man. I think it will. I think there's a chance. There's always hope. There was a glimmer of hope with that final episode of Mandalorian Season 2, where it felt like, oh my God, I felt like the Star Wars community was coming together and going, wow, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. It's like, oh yeah, let's enjoy something together again. But I think that's the problem, is that too many people like to just split. That almost looked like I was trying to be dirty. I wasn't. They're just trying to split the fan base. And I don't know. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah. Dumb and Dumber's great. One more thing, I never heard of it till the other day. Have you heard of You Were Never Really Here? It looks good and has Joaquin Phoenix, or however you spell it. I have seen it. It is a very short movie, but it's a weird one. I'd say if you like Joaquin Phoenix and you saw the trailer and said, yeah, that looks good, watch it. But it's a weird one. I'll just say that. Now, wait a minute. He said, is it? I'd say more like 1,000,000 to 1. So you're telling me there's a chance. I don't remember exactly what he says. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I love that movie so much. I would love to see that Mutt Cuts van in person. I know, man. It would be awesome. It would be so great. But is there anything? Let's see. Oh, here's something I haven't heard anyone talk about since. Pretty much since I talked about it. What was that? The Disney investor, whatever. When Rogue Squadron was announced, they also announced the Alien series for Hulu. Do you remember this? I wonder if we'll see something about that. Now, before you say, oh, number one, why are you talking like that? Number two, if you have a problem with the idea of an Alien Hulu series, remember that they just did Prey. Now, some people didn't like Prey, like at all. A lot of us did. I liked it quite a bit. I want to see what this Alien series is all about. I want to see. Exactly. Star Fox, do you want to do closed captions for my show? Because that was pretty close. I need to suggest that to Jay for Retropalooza. Yes. Yeah, see if he can get it. Is it like Alien Isolation? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's just that they were making that. The guy came out and said, what I'm focusing on is I'm trying to focus on the human story and making that something that's really compelling and really interesting. And then you take that and you add an alien, the xenomorph, into it, which I love. I love that way of thinking, that you've got to make that human story interesting first, or it doesn't really matter. Or, I mean, I guess it can, but it really works well when there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. So I just want to know. So I'm really interested. That takes place, of course, Thursday is also... Oh my God. So Thursday we get, we find out if we're in that film festival. That is Disney Plus Day. So Thor Love and Thunder is premiering. Pinocchio is premiering. And some other things are premiering. I think the making of Obi-Wan is premiering on Thursday. Thursday night, of course, you've got She-Hulk. You've got Rings of Power. Then Friday is when D23 actually starts. Saturday at, like I said, noon. I think it's noon here, 12 p.m. Central Time, is when the big, bad, crazy panel. It's not a panel, really. It's just it's kind of a presentation of what Marvel, Star Wars, and 20th Century Studios are going to be. I mean, look, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun weekend. So I would say, you guys, I would love it if we were all helping each other out on the Discord, kind of to keep caught up, because I'm going to be super focused on it. Now I know it's probably going to be just Twitter and, news sites like Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, the Variety. Those are my favorites. Of course, there's Joe Blow. There's Collider. There's a lot of different sites out there. IGN is probably going to be covering it. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of different stuff. But yeah, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And I will definitely, trust me, I'll let you know about Thursday. I know that Crazy Greek was really interested in the Kevin Smith one, but hey, it's always interesting to see, or it's always going to be fun if we get selected to a film festival, right? Adventures in Game Chasing was a thing. When do you think we will see Daredevil and She-Hulk? Probably episode 5 would be there's, how many episodes are there? The second to the last episode, probably. I hope there's more surprises. That's the thing about this weekend is the promise that there's probably stuff we don't even know is coming. It's going to be announced this weekend. Maybe we see something from Blade. I mean, there's so many stuff. There's so many stuff. It could be really fun. Retropalooza in a Mutts Cuts van. Like Walking Dead, it was more about people dealing with each other than the zombies. Right, but it's... I don't know. I love the idea that guy had. I can't remember his name. But I'm interested. I'm interested to see. And unfortunately, remember why The Last Man was canceled after a season, I believe. I was really interested in that, and I got the whole comic series. Haven't read them yet. Now I was kind of like, well, I guess I'm put that off since they already canceled it. You got to make the human story work first before you focus on the aliens. Like in Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg's Transformers. I need to come up with a gif of someone poking a bear. And that's what Bucho loves to do. He loves to poke that bear. Any possibility for a live stream during the event? Well, that's the thing. There's not going to be anything to really react to. Probably not. I have no idea what's going on this weekend. So I don't know where I'm going to be. There's been... I don't want to bore you guys with this kind of stuff, but there's been some family drama stuff going on. Which last weekend, even though some of it we missed out on a lot of stuff because of just the internet being down, and it took, seriously, it would take 5 minutes to refresh Twitter, and it was just like, I don't even have the patience for that. But there's just been a lot of weird family drama going on. Nothing serious or anything like that, but just stuff that I've been having to do stuff like, let's go over here, let's do this thing for this person, and then let's do this. So I can't nail down it's part of the reason why I've gone back to one stream a week, because it just takes a lot of time to put these shows together, even though most people probably don't even care about the news part, which is fine, but I enjoy that. So basically no. No, I'm not doing it. But no, it's just because I don't know what's going to happen. But look, I'm excited. I'm excited for this weekend. I think it's going to be fun. I'm also getting some new little vape stuff to play with. I've showed you guys before, and I know most probably some of you don't care, but like some things have like just the coil and you drip on it and then you vape it. And then this is a tank, right? But this one is the one more month. No more. And then some of it's like, I don't have anything to show you, where it's like a little tank that fits into the billet box thing that have I showed you? So this is, okay, so here's like a regular system, right? Coil with a tank on top. And there's something like this, where it's all built in. It's an all-in-one is what they call this. There's where your airflow is. There's your button. And you go, well, what do you do with it? These panels are magnetic, made out of G10. So there's your battery, and then there's your place for your tank is inside. So it just makes it where it's a super cool, it's a cool thing. These are like super expensive. So I got something coming that goes in this that I'm really excited about. But nobody cares. But I'm hoping, because I love this thing. I love this thing so much. And of course these come in different colors. But I love this thing because it's all like, it's super like cool. The problem is these are really expensive and hard to get. I was absolutely lucky that I was able to get this one like 5 years ago. 5 years ago? I can never get the other side. I need something. Will that work? That's not gonna work. Wish I had a coin or something. Oh, this should work. Jeez. The magnet's on that other side. Oh, okay. I bought it in 2018. But yeah, it's awesome. It's just awesome and super like if the new all-in-one is that good, I might be looking for one soon. I'll tell you this. So this is called the actual billet box, right? This is a whatever. These are like $300. Same concept, but it's a guy on YouTube created this. Oh, but same concept. So there's the tank on the inside. Same, it's exactly, it uses the same stuff. It uses billet box stuff, but this one is kind of cool because I don't have a thing, but because this is see-through, you can see the stuff on the inside, and then you can change your wattage here, take the panel off, and then here you've got your battery, your tank. This is called the Pulse AIO, and they just did an update to this, which makes it even better, and it's less than $100. And I know that there's, for some people they're like, oh, $100, but you're getting everything except for the battery. The only thing you have to bring is your battery. The problem is, you can see, it's not really a problem because this one uses this one, the big one, uses a 21700. See how much thicker it is? So, but it's cool. These come in a bunch of different colors. Basically, the billet box thing, it's a rabbit hole, man. And you can sink some freaking money in. Let me tell you. I bought one of those tanks not too long ago. I say not too long ago. It's probably 2.5 years ago. Back when I wasn't spending any money because of the pandemic. And I said, screw it. I'm buying one. I'm buying this. I want it. And it's not even that great. But it ended up costing me like $180 shipped from the UK. And I'm like, why did I spend that money? But it's a man, you can sink some money into it if you're not careful. So I think this is like $280 to buy just the billet box. This whole setup, battery, tank, mod, everything is like maybe $70. So that's the problem. You can really, it can be a vortex of chaos getting into billet boxes. So I care, but I don't do Nick. Well, Johnny, there's no problem with that. I make liquid for my wife. That's no nicotine. So if the new all-in-one is, oh yeah. Pack of smokes is almost $10 now. Pay for itself in no time. That's true. And that's the thing. I thought the same way too until I was spending more on vape stuff every month than I ever did on cigarettes. For a while there. I mean, it was ridiculous. And I mean, like right here, I have 3 setups on my desk right now. And I have 3 more in there. I have one that has a 21700, another with the usual 18650, and I think the other uses a 26650. Yeah, the 26650s are huge. So, yeah, to give you, for those of you who are curious, maybe, so 18650s, there's 2 in that right there, and there is a 21700. So the 21700, this purple guy, this basically in a battery pack, right, is what they use in the Tesla 21700. So it's 21 millimeters across, and they call it a 700, but it's 70 millimeters tall. So 18650 means 18 millimeters wide, 65 millimeters tall. I think that is right? So you can see, held up, the difference. Here, it's better that way. So it just means that these have either a longer battery life or are more powerful or a combination of the two. 18650s are better run in series like this, positive up on one, positive down on the other, because you get more power out of it and you get longer battery life. These typically don't last, like one in this mod won't last as long as this one in with two, but it gets close. So a single, like this one, this billet box is in the 18650. This is 21700. This one won't last nearly as long as the 21700 in a single battery configuration. Is that enough boring, people, tonight? All right. The 26650, I've never had one. I've never bought a mod that would fit a 26650. Sold my $100 Anakin mod for $30 the other day, and now I'm like, damn it, I was going to vape again too. I'm grateful they don't allow cigarette smoking in theaters and restaurants anymore. True. That is a good thing. Realistically, I just need a new tank because I'm my Oceanus mod the other day and have no tank on it. We're going to create Discord. Because just from what you're saying right there, you're spending too much. Discord. Let's go to Discord and talk about this. Okay? We'll make a new place where we can talk about this stuff. That is absolutely going to be the name. Definitely going to be the name. No, Vape Nation. Because here's the thing. There's nicotine vaping and then there's cannabis vaping or whatever. It's two different things. Let's keep them separate. Smoke chat would be good, but I don't know. I definitely think it needs to be Vape Nation. Was it like this? Vape Nation? That's right. And what was that guy's name? H3H3 that did the vaping thing that was so stupid, but man, it was hilarious. Anyway, guys, thank you. Ethan, yes, Ethan. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. I always have a great time hanging out with you guys. I love doing this show. And yeah, maybe we'll even have some guests on from time to time. I'm terrible at that. And by the way, did you guys see the thing about Jim that I posted on Twitter? Grindhead Jim helped to start a toy company. And he just had his first release, his first pre-order go live yesterday. It was pretty cool. So check that out if you're interested. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, Discord. I'm going to put this in here. I love hanging out in the Discord. There's going to be so much stuff going on this weekend with D23. Hopefully we'll all keep in touch and all that kind of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you then. Bye and stuff. Oh, yeah, I can't mute it. I can't mute the thing. Bye, guys.